I'm Cookie Serratos and I'm 11 years old.
She also wants to win all the medals. That's why Cookie and her family make every day count, squeezing out her best with Go-Go Squeeze.
Okay, Cookie, let's break for a Go-Go Squeeze.
Go-Go Squeeze Fruit on the Go pouches are a nutritious snack made from 100% fruit with no sugar added.
Go, Cookie!
Because when you nurture your kids, you squeeze out the best in them. Squeeze out the best with Go-Go Squeeze. Not a low-calorie food. Products range from 11 to 13 grams of sugar and 60 to 70 calories per serving.
KCUV Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Cursed by the late kicks again.
Seattle lining up from the left hash. 52-yard field goal try for a win on the road. They're ready. Crowd in a frenzy. Good snap. Good hold. The kick by Myers on the way, and it is good. And the Seattle Seahawks get a 23-20 win. The last-second field goal by Jason Myers propels Seattle to their 8th straight win over the Arizona Cardinals.
Cardinals, Birds have not beaten the Hawks since 2001. And for the second straight week in a row, the Bird Gang goes down at the gun on a final field goal. 2 wins to begin the season in a row. New Orleans and Carolina. 2 straight losses. And even worse, inside the division, falling to the Giants. And now the Seahawks, 2-2, are the Cardinals. Were you at the game last night? 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We'll get into that dynamic as well. This game did not start well for the Arizona offense, which, again, we talked yesterday, going in, has been sputtering somewhat. Haven't been able to find themselves in this third year under Drew Petzinger or whatever. I don't even remember what his name is, the offensive coordinator, and Jonathan Gannon. Miscommunications on the field. That would lead to the first of 2 interceptions by Kyler Murray.
Benson to the left of Murray in the gun. Standing on the left hash, he gets the shotgun snap. He looks, pressure comes, he throws over the middle, and it's intercepted.
Yeah, intercept. Now, fortunately for the Snakes, they were able to get the ball back there because Trey Benson stripped it away from the defender from Seattle, and the Cardinals recovered it. Couldn't do anything with that, though, after they got it back.
Is that a turnover?
It is, I believe, a turnover. Yeah, well, it counts as an interception, so it's a turnover for us.
What I mean, like, is the ball never changed possession from one team to another on the play, right?
Correct. But I do believe, and I know it's a turnover for the offense. I just don't know necessarily if they consider that a turnover for Seattle because of what you just said right there. I'd have to look. I'd have to actually look at.
It's just a weird one because turnover means the other team takes control of the ball when you had it, and that did not happen.
No. So they were lucky there. But again, that ball was intended for Marvin Harrison. Kyler took ownership after the game and said that was on me. That one was on me more so than anything else. But it just kind of illustrated the fractured dynamic of this passing game, this relationship with this quarterback and this top pick from last year in terms of how they're seeing things on the field. And that was just part one because it would get worse later.
Murray gets the shotgun snap, pumps and throws on a slant. Harrison juggles it, and it's intercepted. Picked off on the juggle by Ernest Jones across the 40. Jones still on the move to midfield and finally down at the Arizona 48.
Wow.
Boy, another miscue by the second-year receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr. Kyler Murray hit him on a slant in the hands He juggled it and deflected it right to Jones for the pick and a return of 32.
Hit him in stride, and Marvin Harrison Jr., caught the ball twice, and the third time let it go. Just brutal if you're the young Harrison Jr.
I mean, the absolute worst case scenario to start this game. When all eyes are on Marvin Harrison, when's this young man going to wake up? When are they going to get him involved in the offense? When is he going to start making plays? And what happens in the first half? You have a miscommunication with the quarterback. Again, Kyler took the blame for that. Was it really Kyler's fault? Was it the wide receiver's fault? We may never know that. But again, the veteran took the blame, which he probably should do in that situation. And then you put it right on his numbers, and he can't make the catch after dropping 2 balls Sunday in San Francisco, and it leads to a turnover. Absolute worst case scenario. Now, if Marvin Harrison wasn't in his head before that, you know he's in his head at this point. 7 possessions in the first half for the Cardinals. They punted 4 times. They had 2 interceptions, and they kicked 1 field goal. Just so 3 points. 3 points was all you got out of the first half. 112 yards.
Yeah, you mentioned that both these last 2 losses, DK, were losses on last-second field goals. They have something else in common. The Cardinals couldn't score a touchdown in the first half of either of those 2 games.
Yeah, exactly. So we go to the second half of this game, hoping for things to get a little bit better, and they did not necessarily get better right away. Well, Cardinals had to punt on their first possession. They got another field goal. They're down 17 or 20-6, and things are just looking ugly. Like I mentioned when I went to the game, I went to the Panthers game, and there was a point like maybe 6 minutes, 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We're like, well, we might as well we could leave now because this game is over. I mean, the Cardinals were well up and things were comfortable, but this is the National Football League. This is the National Football League. You probably should never leave a game when you think it's in hand, because I don't think there is such a thing in the National Football League as a game being in hand. Because the Cardinals, when they looked like they were dead in the water, started to wake up in this game. Marvin Harrison made a couple of big catches late, including one for a touchdown.
Murray gets the shotgun snap, sits in a clean pocket, throwing back left corner of the end zone. Jump ball for Marvin Harrison Jr. He leaps up and he makes the touchdown grab in the back left corner of the end zone, and the Cardinals have life. Touchdown, Harrison.
Best throw of the night from Kyler Murray. A sky-arcing ball that Harrison was able to jump up, twist, grab, and bring down. He took a little moment on the turf after the touchdown was called, saying his prayers of thanks, and he's got his team back in the game.
Nate, that's when you knew that it was really affecting this young man. When he made that touchdown catch, and he was down on his knees, like, thank you, Lord, I finally made a play. I mean, that visual right there was like, wow. That's when you know the weight that this young man, again, a Hall of Fame son. There's nothing worse than going into your dad's business and he's like the best at it. And then you have to try to figure out a way to live up to that. Not an easy scenario to be in. There's been a lot of sons that have tried to do it, and not all of them have necessarily done it very well. I mean, again, the Manning kids, their dad was a good quarterback, but Archie Manning's not a Hall of Famer. He was a good quarterback in college. He was a good quarterback on some really bad teams in the NFL.
Losses, right? A lot of losses,
but he was not a Hall of Famer. They were not following a Hall of Famer like this young man is.
And he's also the 4th pick in the draft and the first wide receiver taken off the board. So there's that pressure in addition to having a Hall of Fame wide receiver father.
So the Cardinals actually got the ball back with a chance to potentially go down and tie the game. More big plays were needed. Step up your other big-time wide receiver, Michael Wilson.
And Seattle waving its arms to the crowd. They want their crowd to be loud, and the Seahawk fans obliging. Wilson in motion from right to left. Play clock at 2. Play clock at 1. Murray gets the shotgun snap. Throws to the left side. Wilson with a one-arm grab. That ball looked like it was ticketed for the sideline. He reached his right paw out and curled it into the body and gets the first down at the 46 of Seattle.
And a big boy throw from Kyler Murray.
Big boy throw indeed. They started clicking in that fourth quarter when they had to have it. The offense got it going down the stretch. 3rd and 5 later on that drive. How about the second-year wide receiver from Ohio State yet again?
Shotgun snap comes in at the waist. Murray backpedals, throws down the left sideline. Jump ball. Harrison adjusts in the air, falling backwards, makes the catch at the 7. 1st and goal, Arizona.
Marvin Harrison Jr. growing up in this game, catch by catch.
And that's the beauty of football. That's the beauty of football, man. There's 60 minutes, and those first 30 minutes might not be what you want, but you still got another 30, and you still got to go out there, and you still got to keep playing. And he persevered through those early mistakes in the first half and came out in that second half and showed you the kind of wide receiver that he can be in this game.
It's like the equipment crew didn't have Stickum, and they had to run to a store. And in the second half, he was catching balls.
Exactly. Final 33 seconds of the game, Cardinals made it look like they might have a shot to win this thing.
Murray clapping his hands, awaiting the shotgun snap. It comes in at his waist. He backpedals, throws short. DeMercado with the catch at the 5. Motors around the left side. Diving touchdown, Arizona. Emari DeMercado with a 7-yard scamper. The Arizona Cardinals back within 1 at 20-19.
Extra point ties the game. 33 seconds to go, which if you've watched NFL all your life, you know that 33 seconds might as well be 3 minutes in NFL time.
Real time, that's like 8 minutes, 10 minutes. Maybe.
Exactly. Because it's too much time in the way that this game is set up. So your kicker, Chatter Island, kicks the ball short of the landing zone. Kicked it short of the lane because, again, we've got all these new rules. You got to either kick it out of the end zone or kick it to certain points so it can be returned. He kicks it short of the landing zone, and Seattle gets the ball with 28 seconds to go at their own 40-yard line. And they needed just 3 plays. Sam Darnold with a pretty ball to Jackson Smith, Njigba. And
they didn't call him out of bounds, though, did they?
No, they did not.
They had to sprint back to the line.
Yeah, they did not. That would set up, as you heard at the top of the show, Mr. Myers.
Seattle lining up from the left hash. 52-yard field goal try for a win on the road. They're ready. Crowd in a frenzy. Good snap. Good hold. The kick by Myers on the way, and it is good. And the Seattle Seahawks get a 23-20 win.
Frustrating. If you are a Cardinals fan, you heard a lot of cheering at the end of that game. You heard the announcer even say prior to that, Michael Wilson on that 4th down, that the Seahawks players were waving their arms to try to get their crowd into the game. And I'll go back to what I said when I went to the home opener last year. Well, actually, it wasn't the one last year. It was 2 years ago. It was late in the season when the Cardinals were not necessarily playing all that well. They weren't on their way to the playoffs. I think it was a December game even. And I think I would tell you 45% of the crowd was the Cardinals-Rams game, and I would tell you that particular game, 45% of the crowd was cheering for Los Angeles. Is there another stadium? Is there another stadium in the National Football League where visiting fans can come in and take over like Arizona?
Well, it would have to be a warm weather state because what you're talking about is a lot of people coming in November, right? October, November. To a place they know it's going to be in the 90s So that has something to do with it. But I think Phoenix has just always been such a transplant community, just like Tucson.
Yeah.
And so when the Cardinals have it going, when they are a team that's, vying for division titles and whatnot, sure, the home crowd, even if you weren't born in Phoenix, transplant there, I'm going to adopt the Cardinals in my team. They get a lot of local support. But when they're not playing well, DK, or they're not expected to do well, or their offense is inept, then it leaves a lot of open seats for other fans. And if you're coming from Seattle and you want to get some sunshine, not a bad thing. Real quick, though, you talked about Marvin Harrison making amends for the bobbled interception.
Right.
Their kicker, right, Jason Mayer, had missed from 53 just 2 minutes prior, wide right by about 5 yards before he made that game-winning field goal. So almost the same thing for their kicker as well.
Marvin finished the game 6 catches, 66 yards with the touchdown. So he ended up leading the team in receiving. Trey McBride, 7 catches for 52 yards. The big issue here is that the Cardinals just they were not really able to run the football much. Trey Benson, 8 carries for just 35 yards, under 5 yards carry per average, and they've got to figure that piece out without James Conner, how they're going to be able to run the football, because even after the game, Jonathan Gannon admitted like they felt like they had to come out and sling the ball around to win last night, and I just don't know if that's going to get you very far, especially with this quarterback who, again, I'm not necessarily high on Kyler Murray. And I just think if you're gonna try to put it in his hands to have to win you ball games, I don't know if this team's gonna win more than half of them.
Yeah, I mean, running, throwing, skipping, jumping, whatever it takes, DK. The Cardinals have 6 total points in the last 2 first halves.
Yeah.
Versus the Niners and Seahawks. 3 points versus the Niners and 3 points versus Seahawks. You just got to find a way to put points on the board.
All right, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We'll hear from some of the players coming up later. We'll let you hear from Parrish Johnson and Michael Wilson. I don't know if Marvin Harrison spoke after the game. I did not see anything from him after the game, so he may have made a beeline and gotten out of there. Don't know. Obviously, he had a bounce-back game, but he was probably just tired of talking about his struggles and whatnot. So I don't know that he didn't speak. I just did not see anything of him talking after the game being posted anywhere. So you will not hear from him today anyway on this show. Much more coming up. We're going to talk some Arizona football. Wildcats on the road at Iowa State. John Walters is the voice of the Cyclones. He'll join us coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll get his perspective on what Ames is all about. Yeah, I've never been to Ames, Iowa. I've not seen a game there. I'm sure that it's the first time the Wildcats have been there since 1968. So what is college football Saturday in Ames, Iowa all about? John Walters will tell you that. We'll preview the Mercury Game 3 coming up for you as well tonight, and dive into what is left for the Diamondbacks. 3 games with their backs against the wall, trying to still make the playoffs. Dragon Ball is here. He'll also have everything happening around Southern Arizona this weekend. That'll be in the 4 o'clock hour as well. Right now, he's getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We have an accident on I-10 westbound blocking the left lane near South Freeway. This is at milepost 259 near 22nd Street. Prepare for some backup there. Also an accident East Ajo Way and South Country Club Road with most of the slowing on Country Club. For your weather, because of the storms around Tucson, we're currently at about 70 degrees throughout the town, but we'll be actually picking it back up to 80 here by 5. I'm Dragon Ball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders.
Eli Manning here. There's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian Sliders. There's something about those soft, fluffy, irresistible King's Hawaiian Sliders that make them a winner on game day. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. King's Hawaiian. There's nothing like it.
AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall is your premier automotive destination in town. Explore the new 2025 Honda models and extensive collection of pre-owned vehicles. Experience no-hassle financing and our no-haggle one-price selection. Visit AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall today.
This is Ron. I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable, and we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on. My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start, and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend, Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
awesome.
No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The Grizz cracks me up, and I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are. So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at alaskanac.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4214. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-4214. That's 800-575-4214.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Football season is here.
Oh, man.
Believe has the podcast to enhance your football experience. From the pros.
One of the most interesting quarterback rooms.
To college.
Michigan is set at 8.5 wins.
To fantasy.
If you feel that way, why didn't you trade him?
Become a better fan and listen to the football podcasts from Believe.
Just search Believe. That's BLEAV podcast.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now. Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's nothing better than an Arizona football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
Oh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the Neighborly Done Right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing, a Neighborly company.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Well, there was one positive to the 23-20 loss by the Cardinals last night to the Seattle Seahawks.
12 of the 37-yard line, the ball on the left hash. Charbonnet to the left of Darnold, looking to the left side. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Baron Browning came around the edge, but guess who got there? Calais Campbell. It's his 3rd sack of the year. And the old vet on the defensive line continues to get it done. Darnold from the shotgun. Pressure coming. He sets up a screen to Charbonnet, and Charbonnet is dropped at the 44. A loss on the play, and it's Calais Campbell again. The vet looking like a spry rookie.
The ageless one. 2 tackles for loss. One including obviously a sack in the ball game for Calais Campbell. He did leave the game late on that touchdown by Jackson Smith Njibu. I cannot pronounce that young man's name. Njiba. Jackson Smith Njiba. He did come out of the ball game there, but did come back for the Cardinals later in the game, so he was only out momentarily. Again, 39 years old and still playing at a very high level. What were your top takeaways from last night's 23-20 Cardinals loss to the Seahawks? Check in with us on Twitter at Wildcats1290 and let us know what you thought from the game. Let's hear from the quarterback who was asked right out in his press conference last night, Kyler Murray, what the issues were early with the offense.
Yeah, we were not. It wasn't clicking. It was not clicking. We're pretty much getting physically dominated whole first half. And it's frustrating because you watch the defense go out there and get stop after stop after stop, and offensively, we just couldn't get it going. Couldn't get it going. Credit to their defense, but we just gotta make more plays. We gotta show up, and be ready to go. You know what I mean? It's like it's loading. You know what I mean? And it's taking too long. Obviously, the resilience of the team is you love to see it, and you feel like give yourself a chance to win the game at the end. But it's just too late.
Throughout the night with Marv, how did it kind of develop? The first half looked like there were a lot of struggles, miscommunication. What kind of clicked for the two of you in the second half, fourth quarter specifically?
First half, he dropped the ball. Like there's nothing, I've seen Marv catch that ball like 100 times. I'm not. Again, I told y'all throughout the week I wasn't worried about it. Continue to go to him, obviously, and he came up clutch in the stretch. That's part of football. I got the utmost confidence in Marv. I will continue to have the confidence in Marv. We just got to go back to the drawing boards and be better. We got to be better. He knows that. I know that. Whole offense understands that. That we got to start faster and and play better complementary football, because right now it's too all over the place and it's not good enough. Haven't put 4 quarters together as a unit, to go out there and dominate. And you see the flashes, but like I said, margin for error is so small. So we got to be better.
I know all losses are going to sting. Is there any?
No, I didn't get that. No. I mean, feel good that we came back.
Well, I was actually going to ask, the way you guys have lost the last 2 weeks. I mean, it felt like it was right there, and it's not.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm optimistic though. And I know what we have in that locker room, and I know the guys that we got in that locker room, and what type of players we have. Coaches, everybody, I know people think the world's ending, but it's not. It's not. We got to go back to work and be better.
What clicked in the fourth quarter for you guys offensively? What found through?
I think we just got into a groove. I think Drew got into a rhythm, calling it, and we made plays. We made plays for him. It's really a tale of two halves. You just feel like terrible whole first half, and then you just keep fighting because it's going to hit at some point. And guys believed in that, and we just continue to fight. In the fourth quarter it clicked, but like again I said, it's too late.
All right, that's your quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray. After the ball game, he was when he said Drew, he was talking about offensive coordinator Drew Petzing, who again he's one of the guys that's kind of under the microscope right now because he is the offensive coordinator, and this offense has been struggling.
Yeah, if you want to
the
know
first few games,
how Cardinals feel about the offensive coordinator, just go to any comment section under any highlight reel, and basically 90% of them are get rid of the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I do have an early present for you. Ready?
Oh, early present for my birthday next Sunday?
Why not?
Okay.
Arnold. Deep downfield and reaching back is Smith and Jigba. 30.
Jigba. There we go. Smith and Jigba. Who that was Al Michaels.
Yes, it was.
Right there on the TV broadcast. Al knows how to pronounce. That's why he has been calling games for so long. All right, let's. We heard that catch by Michael Wilson on the fourth down there. That was just an unbelievable. That was a really beautiful throw by Kyler Murray. I mean, literally just like slung it and put it right on Michael Wilson so fast that I'm not sure he even really knew it was coming. Let's hear from Michael on that catch and the offensive struggles and how they bounced back.
I just turned around. I didn't see the ball until it was probably 2 feet in front of my face, and I just threw out my right hand and made the play.
What does it say about Marvin, the way he started this game and was able to push through and like not let it get to his head and have some big plays at the end?
Yeah, I think it's just the ultimate football character, and I think, even if you're not a football player, you can appreciate what he's been able to do. I mean, had a tough game last week, or a tough game against Carolina, a bad play against San Francisco, another, sort of a nightmare play tonight, and then to come back from that. It's the ultimate respect and credit, because if he wasn't made of the right stuff, there's a lot of guys that would just crumble and completely just fall apart. And for him to be able to bounce back from that, I'm really happy for him.
What was Coach's message after this one?
Sort of just beating ourselves and, take some time to get away. But when we come back on Monday, we got to get back to our brand of football.
Michael Wilson, 3 catches, 15 yards. He had just 3 catches coming into last night's game. So, again, not a ton of production there by Michael Wilson, but he had that big catch, the 6-yarder on a 4th down and 4 to move the chains on that final drive that allowed the Cardinals to go down and tie the game late and at least have a chance at overtime. Paris Johnson, offensive lineman, he came in last year. I believe it was last year. He's second year. Paris Johnson, or was he 2 years? I think Paris was 2 years ago. I'm sorry. So this is his 3rd season. He was the first-round pick 2 years ago. Marvin, the first-round pick last year. Both obviously played together at Ohio State. He's known Marvin Harrison for a long time. Paris says, don't worry about number 18. He's going to be just fine.
For Marvin, he's always been a winner. I feel like he's never, it's not in him to be down about what's going on. I think he takes those moments that he's not pleased with, and he takes it and he uses energy to keep fighting. He's not going to sit in his thoughts and sit in it, and start to, as like we talk in the O-line room, they joke like it's the spider pose, dead spider, like they crawl and eat themselves. It's not Marvin. You know what I mean? So it doesn't surprise me to see him come out here, step on the field, and be the 18 that we all know and love.
If you were to describe the identity of this team through 4 weeks, how would you describe it?
I think that's a good question. I can't give a quick response right now on the identity, but I know the identity that we are chasing is fight. That's the identity that we're chasing. And that's what the theme of every week is fight. So I want to say that that's the identity right now, but it's the moments like this where we're going to keep coming back and attack, so you guys can say it looks like fight. I can say it looks like anything. I can sound really clever right now, give a good quote, you know what I mean? That's what I try to do. But, I try to give quotes, I major in journalism, I know how it goes. But, the identity that we're trying to push for is fight, and we want to show that. So everybody agrees,
Paris, the numbers are pretty grim when you're 0-2 in the division to start. As you enter this mini bye, kind of, reset in the division. Long season to go still.
Yeah, it's the same. I think it's a mindset that the goal is to go each week 1-0. The difference with the division, kind of like at any other one, in terms of the level of the game, high school, college, Pee Wee, whatever, these are those rivalry games that just can't lose. Can't lose. It just means that much more to win the division. I've never experienced that yet in my career, and that was one of my goals, is I want to win the division, for the first time. And I think it takes seeing these other teams just in a whole different light, so it makes these last 2 losses just not feel, it's different kind of taste, you know what I mean? Because this is what it's all about. I'm playing these guys twice a year. Yeah, set the tone, especially in game 1, of what it's going to be when you circle back around later in the season.
Yeah, Cardinals are not obviously in a good place inside that division now with 2 divisional losses. Is not where you want to be in terms of 0-2 in the NFC West. And at this point, having played 4 games, because the 49ers obviously have yet to play. But if San Francisco wins, you're 2 games back and behind the 49ers and Seattle, who have set the pace. Seattle lost their first game, but now they've won 3 in a row. So both those teams at the top, Seattle and San Francisco, playing some really good football right now. And you can't count out the Rams. I mean, the Rams are 2-1. They've got a game this weekend coming up that is going to be favorable for them. They almost went in and beat Philadelphia on their home turf last week. So this is a really strong division. At least it's sizing up through the first 4 weeks to look like a really strong division. And then that's not good news right now for an Arizona team that is kind of struggling to find itself.
Gotta love the third-year player using the phrase, like, I've never won a division, right? Like, how many games have you played?
Yeah.
That was Paris Johnson from the Buckeyes talking about Marvin Harrison Jr. from the Buckeyes. Do you know, DK, who has the most Buckeyes on their roster in the NFL right now?
Right now.
I wouldn't ask the question
if it
wasn't
the
situational.
Cardinals?
Well, it was the Cardinals tied for the most last year. Currently, they're second. The Cleveland
Browns
have 8. The Cardinals have 7. Yep.
Wow.
So home state.
That's putting some guys in the league.
Hey,
for sure. We'd like Arizona to get to that point where they're putting a bunch of guys in the league.
How long is it going to take? 100 years? How long would it take for the Arizona football program to match Ohio State?
You're talking about 8 Buckeyes on one team.
Right.
Like, we'd like to get 8 guys in the league.
Right. No. I mean, this is Buckeyes as far as the eye can see in the NFL these days.
Yeah. I don't know how long that would take. I mean, I'd have to go back. It'd be interesting to go back and just look and see every year I don't know if they track that or not. Like, every year what the number was. Like, what's the most U of A guys we ever had in the league at one time? Like, I would think maybe the 90s. I mean, obviously you had all those teams with the Broncos that had a number of U of A guys. So there might have been some times in the 80s where they had 4, 5, 6 guys in the league. But what's the all-time number in terms of one season for Arizona Wildcats in the league? If you have that answer, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. I don't know that that's in the media guide, so we'd have to really do some digging to figure that one out.
We use 10 wins as a benchmark for a great season, right? You would get 10 wins as a program, and Arizona's had 4
10-win season
in their history, something like that. Ohio State apparently 20.
20. Wow.
So 16 10-win seasons. That's how long it would take to catch up. But as far as like players, I mean, I think it's always Ohio State, Texas, Alabama are the teams that always are at the top. Clemson, I think a year or two in there had the most draft picks, but Ohio State has been amongst the top 5 colleges with NFL players drafted from their roster for how many consecutive years? A lot.
Yep. 520-848-1290 is the number. Don't forget also, so I've got 2 keywords to give you today. I'll give you one coming up here before 4 o'clock. It's our 5K a day promotion. Your chance to win $1,000 5 different times per day. So I'm going to give you a keyword because this is how we do it. We do it in sectors. We have a keyword from 6 to 9, one from 9 to 11, one from 11 to 2, one from 2 to 4, and one from 4 to 7. So I've got a keyword in the 2 to 4 sector, and I've got a keyword in the 4 to 7 sector. I'll give you both those keywords coming up on the show. One coming up for you before 4 o'clock. Dragon Ball's got everything you need to know, traffic and weather, every 20 minutes on the 5.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. A couple more crashes, both having a lot of backup right now. First one with unknown injuries over at West Ajo Way and South Taylor Lane, and the other with property damage at South Rancho Saurita Boulevard and West Saurita Road. All those intersections getting to a halt right now, so try to avoid them if you can. For your weather, again, we're at 70 degrees. We'll be going up a little bit in the next hour, but we'll be dropping back down to 78 at 6. I'm Dragon Ball through Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay, with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
Why do Tucson drivers choose Oro Ford? It's the exclusive Oro Ford Advantage. I'll break it down for you. Save 2% on taxes right off the top. No expensive dealer add-ons, no gimmicks. When I say $6K off MSRP on Explorers, that's every Explorer, not just select models. I will meet or beat any out-the-door price or pay you $500 cash. I'm Alex Medina. We're proud to bring you the exclusive Oro Ford Advantage.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now. Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's nothing better than an Arizona football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
This is Ron. I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable, and we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on. My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start, and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend, Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
Awesome. No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The Grizz cracks me up, and I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at alaskanac.com.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
My hero! To advertise up to 40% off at Tobacco Barn, paying no city or state sales tax, and saving up to $3 off with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com, I'm going to jump from this airplane at 30,000 feet.
I hope he's careful.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products. You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation.
Wait, where's the ripcord?
And save up to another $3 off with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Oh no, he forgot his parachute.
I did it!
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco.
Captain, you seem a little shorter.
I prefer vertically challenged, my dear.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Or did everyone else get taller?
Oh, brother.
Sean Furrier here for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Whether you're new to Arizona or you've been driving here for decades, we all share the same roads and the same extreme driving conditions, like extreme Arizona heat, extremely large potholes, some extremely flooded roads, and there's always extremely distracted drivers, pedestrians, and that guy who drives a scooter backwards into oncoming traffic. You're driving in the world's largest video game, stopping, starting, turning, heating up, and cooling down. And that's just your afternoon commute. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 award-winning locations have been helping drivers just like you get home safely for over 60 years. With top-quality tire brands, no hidden extras, and one low price. Jack Furrier has everything you need to stay in the game, like wheel alignments, batteries, brakes, air conditioning, service at prices that won't break the bank. Ask a neighbor or friend about Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's friendly service, or stop by, make an appointment online, or call ahead to the local's choice. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Tune into Wildcats Radio 1290 weekly for Brett Brennan's Football Press Conference, where you can catch up on all things Arizona football this season. The Football Press Conference, sponsored by Coors Light.
This is Andrew Bogish with a Sports Minute. The NFL, college football, and the Ryder Cup will likely overshadow baseball's final regular season weekend, but the original national pastime is doing its best to demand our attention. The AL East and Central are not settled. 3 teams are fighting for the last NL wildcard spot, and Aaron Judge and Cal Raleigh make their final arguments in a fascinating AL MVP debate. I'm Andrew Bogish.
Tomorrow night, live on NBC and Peacock, the Oregon Ducks. Spectacular! Take on the Penn State Nittany Lions. With a massive play. It's the whiteout in Happy Valley. Under the lights in prime time. This house is rocking. Don't miss Big Ten Saturday night. Tomorrow, 7 Eastern. Live on NBC and Peacock. Here comes Saturday night.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me. Like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Time now for our BetMGM Network top plays of the day. So we had 3 plays last night on this game between the Seahawks and the Cardinals.
2-yard field goal try for a win on the road. They're ready. Crowd in a frenzy. Good snap. Good hold. The kick by Myers on the way, and it is good. And the Seattle Seahawks get a 23-20 win.
All right, so we had the Seahawks minus 1.5 over the Cardinals. So we did win on that one. We had 2 more player props in this game. We had Trey Benson an anytime touchdown. That did not happen. Trey Benson, the new RB1 with the injury to James Conner, 8 carries, 35 yards. When they got down near the end zone late, they threw a pass to Amari DiMercado. He got the touchdown. They're down by the goal line as the team only scored twice. Marvin Harrison had the other touchdown. So we did not get the anytime touchdown from Trey Benson last night. So that was a loss. And then we had Jackson Smith. Give it to me one more time, Mr. Al Michaels. Jackson.
I'd have to cue it back up.
Oh.
It's way.
Okay. Jackson Smith Njigbu, or something of that nature. We had him over 81.5 receiving yards. And he, talk about getting off to a slow start. He got off to a slow start, too. I think he only had 1 catch or 1 target. He had 1 target in the first half with no catches. And this is one of Seattle's best receivers. He would finish the game with 4 catches for 79 yards. We had him at 81, over 81.5.
One thing we haven't mentioned, DK, is the Cardinals are without their top 3 cornerbacks, right?
Well, 2, I think. They're without Will Johnson and Garrett Williams, but Max, he played last night. Yeah, so 2 of the 3, I believe. And again, with those guys out, they still did a really good job on JSN. But again, he fell. We needed him to get 82. He finished with 79. So we lost.
He got half of them on that sideline catch.
Right, that last one. I mean, it would have been really a really big loser had they not gotten that one play at the end. So 1 for 2 last night on our BetMGM Network top plays. So we are now $303.48 in the hole this current season with a record of 29-50, 21 games under 500 after 79. So we're about halfway through this current 162 bet season for this round, and we're 20. This is the largest deficit we've ever had in this. 21 games under 500 and $303 in the hole.
Maybe get some really long odds on a U.S. Ryder Cup comeback.
I don't know if I'd want to take that either.
Probably not.
Let's tell you what they've got for you tonight, and I think we're going to add a few in here as well, just to bolster up our ranks.
Brad Evans here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. Looking ahead to the NFL Week 4 main slate, Caleb Williams should begin striking rich, this time in Sin City against the Raiders. Against the secondary, number 27 in pass EPA defense, the former Trojan fights on and cashes the over on 1.5 passing touchdowns at a cool plus 100. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
All right, so you've got Caleb Williams over 1.5 passing touchdowns. That is at plus 100, so that's a even bet there. $12.90 to win $12.90 this weekend. We've got that one for you. We've also got a college pick, two college picks for you. We got one tonight. We'll give you actually two because we're gonna add some. These are the ones we're gonna give you two that the bets that the BetMGM folks have given us, but we'll also give you. We'll also just take two games. On our own that have relevance.
Before you get to that, I got a quick question.
Yes.
Do you prefer someone who is legible, that you can hear each syllable, or do you prefer the FM DJ telling you what the bet of the day is?
So is that what you're saying about Brad Evans there?
That particular read right there was very early morning drive time FM DJ voice for sure.
I'm not sure what the day parts over there at that network are, but I think he might actually be the morning guy. So that would probably make sense.
So lots of practice
for him. Yeah, he is high energy, Brad Evans to say the least. Maybe we'll see if we can try to get him on the show at some point. All right, so we've got two college games tonight in the top 25. One of those games is here in the State 48, but the game we're going to give you is the one that's not. Florida, an eighth ranked Florida State. They're 3-0 to start the season on the road at 3-1 Virginia. Tonight. First ACC game for Florida State. The Cavaliers are already 1-0 in conference play. The Cavaliers are a 7-point underdog tonight. BetMGM Network says take Virginia and the 7 points tonight over Florida State at -110. So your $12.90 bet there will bring you back $11.73. Also tonight, up in the Valley, Arizona State is on the field against Sonny Dykes and Company. Number 24, TCU visits Arizona State. That game will kick off right as our show is ending at 6 o'clock. So the Wildcats played on Friday night 2 weeks ago. The Sun Devils get the Friday night Fox appearance tonight. They are a 2.5-point favorite over TCU. But the Horned Frogs are ranked. The Sun Devils currently are not. TCU is 3-0. Who do you like there? ASU minus the 2.5, TCU plus 2.5 with Sonny Dykes and Company on the road. So let's. This is not a game that they're giving you on BetMGM Network, but we're going to play this game. We're going to add this to our list today. I am going to take TCU plus the 2.5 tonight.
I think it's this simple. TCU defeated the greatest football coach in the history of the sport by 34 points earlier this season. So it's a no-brainer.
There you go. And that would be?
North Carolina. They beat them 48-14.
Yeah, Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. We'll do that. We'll take TCU plus the 2.5 over ASU tonight. So that's a gimme. That's a DK and Bet DK network top play for you.
Let's see what your percentages are. At
Exactly.
The end of the year.
Now we have to start tracking the ones I give you they give you. We'll see if I'm any better than they are. I mean, I can't be any worse than they are, right? We're already $300 in the hole on this whole thing. All right, so we've got those two tonight. We've also got a college game for you tomorrow. This is probably one of the bigger games tomorrow. Alabama and Georgia in the SEC. Alabama on the road. And Georgia, obviously coming off their win over Tennessee a few weeks ago, number 5 in the country. Alabama ranked 17th currently. They're 2-1. The line here is Georgia minus 2.5. BetMGM Network says on the road, take Alabama and the 2.5 points over Georgia. I don't know if I like that play.
I think Georgia at home is a safe
I don't know
pick.
if I like that play. But that's the one they gave us, so we have to take their advice on that one. But yeah, if I was doing that of my own wits, I probably would flip that around and take Georgia and lay the 2.5 versus Alabama plus the 2.5. That's at -105 right now, BetMGM Network. And then, of course, we've got tonight the WNBA, and we'll dive into the Mercury here a little bit later in the show. We've got Game 3 of the WNBA Western Conference semifinals tonight at PHX Arena in the Valley. It is the Mercury and Lynx tied 1 game apiece. Minnesota on the road is a 4.5-point favorite over the Mercury tonight in Game 3.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
I think I'm taking Phoenix in the. I don't know that Phoenix will win, but I think it's going to be a close game tonight. I'm gonna take the Mercury and that 4.5 points tonight.
I think the Lynx just have that momentum all season, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was the Aces last year. Everybody expected the Aces, but the Mercury, the Lynx from day one, DK, first week of the season, have been the most talked about WNBA team all season. So it doesn't surprise me that the line setters in Vegas would give them a 4-point edge. It's really about where they think money will come in on either side of that number.
Yeah.
But as far as the X factor and how the Mercury are playing, shooting aside, obviously we've talked a lot about Satu. We'll get to that. If they shoot well, I think they win. But I just think at home, I like the Mercury. I think they'll win outright. But as far as a 4-point spread, I mean, I think it's going to be a close game down to the wire, last possession, just like it was last game.
Alyssa Thomas enters tonight, averaging 15 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, just short of averaging a triple-double. That is a 6:30 tip tonight here in State 48. Phoenix Mercury, Minnesota Lynx, Game 3. Our your Bet DK Network top play there is to take the Mercury plus the 4.5 points. The other game in the WNBA tonight is the other Western Conference semifinal. The Las Vegas Aces on the road at the Indiana Fever. Well, actually, these are not. I'm calling them conference semifinals,
right,
but they're not really conference semifinals.
No, they're mix and match.
Yeah, it's just semifinals. The Aces are at the Fever tonight. That series is also tied 1-1.
You got to think the Fever's luck's going to run out one of these days.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they're down like
could be, but
2/3 of their line.
That Gainbridge Fieldhouse, I'm sure, is going to be rocking tonight for that particular game. That game gets underway at 4:30, so we'll have that game up and kind of see what the atmosphere is going to be like there tonight.
And they got those, those fans are primed from their men's team making a deep run last year. So yeah, I mean, they're always rowdy there in Indiana about their basketball.
All right, so BetMGM says take Virginia tonight +7 and Alabama tomorrow +2.5, as well as Caleb Williams over 1.5 passing touchdowns. BetDK tells you take the Mercury tonight plus the 4.5 over the Lynx, and take TCU plus the 2.5 over the ASU.
Yeah, home court advantage is like 3.5, but the X factor home court advantage, that's like 4.5.
I like it. I like it for sure. If you don't want to play online at BetMGM Network, head on over to Sol Sports Casino del Sol and place your bets in-house here locally. DK on the sports tip, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We'll talk some Arizona Wildcats football coming up here in the 4 o'clock hour. John Walters, the voice of the Cyclones, is going to join us. We'll find out all about Ames. In fact, we'll hear from Seth Dagey coming up. Oh, wait, before I go to break, shoot, I got to give you your keyword, right? I totally almost forgot about that. I got 2 minutes.
Seconds.
I got 2 minutes to give you your keyword here to text before 4 o'clock. Okay, here we go. Keyword for this hour is prize. 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 Text prize to 95819, 95819. It is our 5K a day promotion. You have a chance right now to win $1,000. Text prize, Prize, and do it quickly. You've got about 2.5 minutes to go. I'll give you another keyword for the next segment, which will be between 4 and 7. So another chance to win $1,000. You have 2 chances. 2 chances to win $1,000 during this show. Jump on this. Who else is? DK's the only one giving you this opportunity right now to win $2,000 between the hours of 3 and 6. So make sure you jump on it. Text prize to 95819 right now.
And I'm sure listeners would probably turn that into a nice DK birthday present.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, you can win that $1,000, and you can, spend $100 of it on me because my birthday is next Sunday. All right, DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Reminders about the I-10 Keno to Irvington work still ongoing, with Country Club Road under the I-10 closed for the year for widening work, but should be opening back up in summer of 2026. Meanwhile, eastbound and westbound Ajo Way west of Keno Parkway reduced to one lane daily from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. until October the 9th. And meanwhile, we still have your 70-degree temperatures. We'll stay that way through 4 o'clock before eventually jumping back up to 80 at 5. I'm Dragon Ball through Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Sean Furrier here for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Whether you're new to Arizona or you've been driving here for decades, we all share the same roads and the same extreme driving conditions, like extreme Arizona heat, extremely large potholes, some extremely flooded roads, and there's always extremely distracted drivers, pedestrians, and that guy who drives a scooter backwards into oncoming traffic. You're driving in the world's largest video game, stopping, starting, turning, heating up, and cooling down. And that's just your afternoon commute. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 award-winning locations have been helping drivers just like you get home safely for over 60 years. With top-quality tire brands, no hidden extras, and one low price. Jack Furrier has everything you need to stay in the game, like wheel alignments, batteries, brakes, air conditioning, service at prices that won't break the bank. Ask a neighbor or friend about Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's friendly service, or stop by, make an appointment online, or call ahead to the local's choice. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
This is Ron. I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable, and we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on. My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend, Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
That's awesome. No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The Grizz cracks me up, and I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are. So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at AlaskanAC.com.
Tomorrow night, live on NBC and Peacock, the Oregon Ducks. Spectacular! Take on the Penn State Nittany Lions with a massive play. It's the Whiteout in Happy Valley, under the lights in prime time. This house is rocking. Don't miss Big Ten Saturday night, tomorrow 7 Eastern, live on NBC and Peacock. Here comes Saturday night.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hour number 2 of our show on this Friday. Getting you ready for the weekend. Getting you ready for Arizona and Iowa State on Saturday. 4 o'clock kickoff in Ames, Iowa. That'll be 6 o'clock in Ames, 4 o'clock here. Our coverage tomorrow is going to begin at 11:30 in the morning with Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. We'll have everything you need to know. Myself, Glenn Howe, Kelvin Ifan, J-Dub will be here as well.
It's brunch time, right?
It is brunch for sure. Brunch with the Wildcats. We'll be in studio together. We've never been in studio together for a football pregame show, so that'll be different. But we're going to have a whole lot of fun getting you ready for the Wildcats to head back to the field. Seems like it's been a while. 2 weeks ago, over 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago tonight was when the Wildcats were on the field at home against Kansas State. And then next week home against Oklahoma State for the Big 12 opener. Should be fun for sure. We're going to hear coming up in a moment from Seth Dagey. Seth Dagey has been to Ames, Iowa. I've never been to Ames, Iowa. We talked to Brian Jeffries on the show yesterday about Ames, Iowa, and a lot of firsts for folks going there in terms of football. I mean, Iowa State in basketball, I don't think they played here. We did not go there last year.
I don't believe so, no.
No, I don't think we went there last year.
A lot of corn.
Yeah. So we'll hear what Seth Dagey has to say. He's grew up in the Big 12 playing quarterback, so he's been all over. We'll hear from him a little bit later coming up about what to expect in Ames, Iowa. John Walters will join us later in this hour as well. He is the voice of the Cyclones. 520-848-1290 is the number. Let's talk to our guy, Paul in Phoenix. You're on DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290.
David, JW, how you guys doing today?
We are good, Paul. How are you? Were you at the game last night?
I sold my tickets to a friend.
Oh,
and he was a Cardinal fan.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I
was about to say. I hope you sold because there was a lot of what do they call themselves, 12 Nation or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
That is. There was a lot of them
man.
there last night, Paul. So I was hoping you did not sell out your seats to those people.
I sold them to a Cardinal fans. That I know for a fact. Absolutely. So, and I want hey J-Dub, I appreciate thanks for pointing out there's a lot of corn. Do you think when they come out here, do you think they say, God, there's a lot of cactus out there?
Yeah, probably. You just drive, it's cactus, it's cactus, it's cactus, it's cactus, there's a stadium. That's basically like, it's corn, it's corn, it's corn. A slight correction, Arizona did play in Ames in basketball last year, DK, on the 1st of March. Yeah,
okay.
they played both at home and away.
Yeah, I thought they'd played them.
1st of March.
Wasn't sure.
Well, there we go. That's it. So DK, so with Seth Dagey, it was the press conference today?
No. It was Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, the coordinators talk on Tuesdays.
Okay, I'm curious as to what do you think? What have they done to prepare for the noise? This team has not been on the road yet, right? Okay, so what have they done? And for me, that's kind of one of the keys to the game. We have to weather that early storm, that first quarter storm of jitters, of noise, of just being in a place that we're not used to playing at, bottom line. And, of course, that's kind of one of those, oh, Paul, that's kind of obvious. But it really makes me nervous that if we can respond in the first quarter to everything that goes on that people throw at us, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. What's your thoughts on that?
On offense, right, it's all about the quarterback-center exchange. And there's been a lot of clapping. Right? So, I mean, as far as preparing for that, the rhythm, having an upperclassman quarterback, 3-year starter, that's you're already ahead of the curve there. But dealing with the noise on the road, it's just a matter of everybody being on the same page. And then when you got to switch things up, knowing what your assignment is, knowing where you're supposed to be on the field if they change things up because of some wrinkle that Iowa State throws at you on defense.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. So, it's funny. I'm in a silly little college football pool. And that's actually based out of Tucson. My brother used to work at the university, and I've been doing it for probably 35 years. Anyway, wow. I always look and see, and there's only 61 people in this pool. It's really simple. It's only $1 a week, no drama. It's just more the the pride thing. Well, I always look and see how many people picked Arizona, how many people picked Iowa State, just to see how many homers we have. It's interesting. Only 16 people picked Arizona this week, and 45 took Iowa State.
Wow.
That's like, wow. So much for homers. But of course, I know where I'm sitting. I know who I picked, and my whole family picked Arizona, which is a good thing. But
It's tough
kind
with
of
Arizona
funny.
fans, and as you well know, because there are seasons where you have heightened expectations going in, and you expect them to win those games. And if they don't, the next season after that, Paul, I mean, how many decades have we been through this? I think it's pretty common for Arizona fan base in general to be negative until they have a reason to be positive, because there's been more seasons than not where the team is either ranked or predicted to be amongst the conference's top teams and maybe fall a little short. Now, that's often due to injuries because they don't have guys past the first unit. There's reasons for that. But I think after this game in Ames, if the Arizona Wildcats show up on D, especially like they have been the first 3 weeks, and shock the world and go in there and really take care of business, I have a feeling your polls will be a little bit different. Your betting pool will be a little bit different with Arizona moving forward from now, because this is the first big challenge.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you know what? That J-Dub, okay, so I'm allowed to do this because I'm not part of the team. I'm not allowed to they're not allowed to look ahead, but I'm going to look ahead, okay? If we can do what you just said, if we can somehow show up and play defense tomorrow and somehow come away with a victory, okay, Oklahoma State looms, okay, and I'm not going to say that's one of those we're going to get it.
Win one for Gundy.
Yeah, exactly. We got to win that one. So then I looked ahead. I looked ahead to October 11th, okay, and I know I shouldn't do this. I apologize, but think about this for a second. If BYU wins their next two games, whatever, if they have two games between now and then, I don't know if there's a bye week or not, both teams coming into Arizona Stadium undefeated. And I looked at the college football schedule. This is how ridiculous I am. I'm thinking, okay, ESPN Game Day, you want to come to a nice weather place? Come to Arizona, October 11th, instead of going to go see, which I know they're going to do it anyway, Oklahoma versus Texas. That's the only real game that I saw that was appealing. But that's why I'm kind of hoping that Oklahoma or Texas kind of stub their toe in the next week or two,
BYU
so they don't go there.
Is at Colorado tomorrow, and then they're against West Virginia at home, so no bye.
Okay, see, so if they win, we win. Again, coach should actually punch me in the stomach for jumping ahead like that. But you know what though, I really you never know. I mean, I guess that's why we play the games. But I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I really am. 4:00 tomorrow. It's going to be a good one, and we just got to weather the storm early and let the the emotions kind of get it out of your system, guys. Let's get to the second quarter. Maybe it's 0-0. But you know what, though? You got to the second quarter. That's what we need. We just got to weather their storm somehow. So, but I think that's it, guys. Bear down. Looking forward to next Friday night, Red-Blue scrimmage. Looking forward to that. And I'm actually even looking forward because I'm taking my granddaughters. I believe the women's team is participating in the 3-point shootout.
They are, yes.
And that's awesome. I think that I can't wait for my granddaughters to see that. So
watch out, Paul.
Oh boy, you got
some weather in the
Is your
area.
storm alert going off there, Paul?
Yeah, well, last year the monsoon season, 2024 monsoon, brought us half an inch of rain to Phoenix, right?
Right.
Well, I believe they're already saying that today we've already
alone.
had an inch of rain.
Yeah, same.
Today alone.
Same down here. Like it started raining here, at least in my house, about 9 a.m. this morning, and with some big thunder right above our house. And that hasn't really been the case this monsoon season, but it started raining heavy, big drops of rain early today, and kind of hasn't stopped. Clear now, but yeah, we got pretty similar amounts of rain today as well.
We had hail here at my house in Phoenix, so go figure. So anyway, gentlemen, bear down as always, and hey, you know what? We'll can't wait till tomorrow. You know what? Let's hope. I'm going to be in a good mood. I'm going to call you guys tomorrow night. How about that?
You're always in a good mood.
There we go. We look forward to it tomorrow.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Bear down. Talk to you.
Bear down.
All in Phoenix. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Cricket is out this week. She is below deck. Dragon Ball is in for her.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it, Dragon Ball?
It is
the
weekend.
Woo! And that means that we have got everything that is happening here in Southern Arizona for your enjoyment.
Well,
when there's water in the Rito River, it's a good weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the weekend, we got to remind you that we mentioned about this event a couple of weeks ago in preparation for it, but the Cultura Chicano Vibes Festival is going to be coming up again this Saturday, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday. So it's a weekend-long event. Hopefully the storms at least alleviate a little bit because there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. Car show, live graffiti art, live music, breakdance battle. I saw that. That's probably going to be a little interesting to watch. Make sure that you bring your money for some food shopping. They have a lot of food trucks coming out as well over at the MSA Annex, so it's going to be a fun little event out there this weekend. And also, as per usual, the Flandreau Science Center is going to have a nice little laser show coming up this Saturday, 6:30 to 10:30 p.m. $20 in. They got Daft Punk, Bad Bunny, and Billie Eilish coming up there for some laser shows over at Flandreau. So it'll be something fun for Saturday night after the Cats potentially come away with the victory over Iowa State over in Des Moines, which from what we saw, apparently Brian Jeffries posted that they did land. They are officially touchdown in Iowa.
I would hope they land. I don't want them not to land.
Yeah, they officially have landed in Des Moines.
I hope they didn't go to Des Moines, though. That would be bad.
They're staying. I think they're staying in Des Moines. Yeah, which is only like 45 minutes.
Yeah, for the game
it's like
is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so the Cats are there. That's good news. Good news. All right, Dragon Ball will be back with us a little bit later. He'll have more of what is happening around Southern Arizona this weekend for your enjoyment. I think last week was Rocktoberfest. Was that last weekend?
Yeah, that was last weekend.
Did anybody go to that? I did not go to that.
I didn't get the chance to. I had to make a day trip up to Phoenix for I had to go
more
to
DIY supplies.
No, not DIY supplies. It would have been more fun for me if it was DIY supplies. No, we went up to Phoenix to go to Artisan Bread and get flour.
Okay.
A special kind of flour up to Phoenix.
There we go.
Yes.
All right. Was it good?
We haven't made the bread yet.
Oh, okay.
Still have to make the bread.
Still got to
have to make the bread.
All right. Dragon Ball is also getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Accident with injuries reported right now over at East Grant Road in North First Avenue. Westbound Grant, southbound First is showing most of the slowing on the radar here, but try to avoid this intersection as it looks like it's starting to build up a little bit as the report has continued. And just a quick reminder, gas line work's going to be impacting traffic on Glen Street west of Campbell. Try to go ahead and get on Fort Lowell to get around that work instead. For your weather, again, still sitting at about that 70-degree mark right now because of the storms around Tucson, but it'll be a sharp jump in temperature about 5 p.m., scheduled to hit about 80 before finally getting out of the 80s again at 6. I'm Dragon Ball with you, Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Oh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the Neighborly Done Right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing,
a Neighborly company.
Tomorrow night, live on NBC and Peacock, the Oregon Ducks
spectacular,
take on the Penn State Nittany Lions
with a massive play.
It's the Whiteout in Happy Valley, under the lights in prime time.
This house is rocking.
Don't miss Big Ten Saturday night, tomorrow 7 Eastern, live on NBC and Peacock. Here comes Saturday night.
Let's go.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
A proud sponsor of the University of Arizona radio broadcast.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
The future of fun is here at O'Reilly Chevrolet. We've got EV Blazer, EV Equinox, and EV Silverado in stock now with instant acceleration, zero gas, and lower maintenance costs. Act fast. Federal incentives end September 30th. Visit us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or go to O'Reilly.com. Chevy EVs are here, and the future is electric. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no. How bad? When will my AC be fixed?
You know, I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air-conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
I'm Rhett Lewis with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Week 4 kicked off in Arizona with a Thursday night thriller as Seattle's Jason Myers drilled a 52-yard field goal as time expired to help the Seahawks beat the Cardinals 23-20. Arizona was down 14 in the fourth quarter, but got 2 TD passes from Kyler Murray to tie the game with 28 seconds to play. But Seattle's Sam Darnold completed a 22-yard pass to Jackson Smith-Njigba to get the Seahawks in range for the game-winning kick that improves them to. Fields practiced in full Thursday for the first time since suffering a concussion in week 2. Jets head coach Aaron Glenn says Fields will start Monday against Miami if he clears the concussion protocol. And Niners GM John Lynch says wideout Brandon Ayuk, quote, not close to a return from the torn knee ligaments he suffered last season. The team had initially targeted a week 6 return for the 2-time 1,000-yard receiver. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Here's your shot at winning $1,000. It's $5K a day on Wildcats Radio 1290. Text the national keyword VAULT right now to 95819. That's VAULT to 95819. We'll text you back to confirm your entry. Data and message rates may apply. Please don't text and drive.
Your shot at $5K a day is happening now. Listen for the national keyword 5 times each weekday. Then text the keyword to 95819. 5 winners, $1,000 each. $5K a day.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Big 12 opener for this 2025 season, Arizona at Iowa State. Let's find out about the Cyclones. National TV once again in this for this kickoff, 4 o'clock at Ames, Iowa. John Walters is the voice of the Iowa State Cyclones, and he joins us now. John, appreciate you taking a few moments. So in terms of what's happening there in Ames, I mentioned national TV, prime time, ESPN. How big a game is this within the Cyclone fan base?
It's a big game. It's really going to be neat. You know, the night games at Jack Trice Stadium are pretty special. The game's sold out. There'll be 61,500 there tomorrow. It's a whiteout, so that always looks really cool on TV. When Iowa State played Baylor last year, that was a really cool look. And the people will be into it. Obviously, both teams are undefeated, so it's a great matchup. And as you mentioned, the national spotlight on the Big 12 and on this game. And I really look forward to it. I think it's going to be a terrific matchup, and I think it'll be a very energized crowd and a great college football environment.
So obviously Arizona's last game was against Kansas State, non-conference game. This will be the first conference game for the Wildcats, but playing back-to-back the two teams that started the year in Dublin. So I'm going to ask you the same thing that I asked the Kansas State folks. So how did that trip, what kind of effect did it have on this team, having to go overseas, come back, continue? Because I believe you guys have not had a bye other than the one just recently as well. So there was no bye directly after that. You had to go and play, obviously, South Dakota. But 4-0, so it doesn't necessarily appear to have had much of effect in terms of having the team having to deal with travel and all that, coming back and being ready to go.
Well, I think they handled it really well, but it was a challenge. There's no question about it. And I know personally, I felt really wiped out when we got back from Ireland. I don't sleep well on planes, and I was just beat up that whole week. And so but I'm not 20 years old and resilient like these guys either. So, you know, it took its toll on me, but I think they really put a lot of effort into studying it and talking to NFL teams and talking to other college teams that had gone over, whether it's to Dublin or played somewhere in London or whatever the case may be, different NFL programs, things like that, just to get as much feedback as possible on what's the best way to handle it in terms of what day do you go out there, what day do you come back, how do you manage sleep, because there's no stone that gets left unturned on that stuff. But I was super impressed with the way they were able to come back the following Saturday and really take care of a good FCS program in South Dakota and kind of fight their way to the finish line. I thought it looked like a tired Iowa State team against Arkansas State in the last game before the bye. But they limped to the finish line. They got to the finish line with a victory. They're 4-0, as you mentioned. And now the schedule really sets up beautifully because this is the only year I can remember where Iowa State has 3 bye weeks. So, you know, because they started early, they play 4 games, get a bye, play 3 games, get a bye, play 3 more, get a bye, and then hopefully at least 3 more. And that's just a great way to divide up the season and try to keep your team healthy. And I know that this bye week came at a perfect time for Iowa State in terms of getting some guys back healthy, but also just recharging everybody's batteries for this next 3-game stretch, which, you know, is a tough one with Arizona coming here and then 2 road games. So really important that Iowa State got that bye week and took full advantage of it last week.
John Walters is our guest. He's the play-by-play man for the Iowa State Cyclones. It's the Wildcats and ISU on Saturday in Ames, Iowa. You know, it's interesting when you look at Matt Campbell, 10th season there in Ames, and I look at his record numbers, and it looks very similar to me to what we saw here in Arizona when Rich Rodriguez was here. A lot of 8-5s, 7-6s in there, maybe one dip of a season that you guys had in that 22-year 4-8. But then have come back the last 3 years and really put this team in a position to be one of the best in the Big 12. What has been the key the last 3 seasons coming off that year where the team dipped to 4-8?
Well, I think winning close games is the thing. You know, I mean, Iowa State's going to be in every game, and that's the thing that was the big hurdle when Matt Campbell came here to try to clear, was just feeling like he had a chance in every game, you know. And I can remember some years in Iowa State football going way back when they'd go to Nebraska or Oklahoma, and you just felt like, let's, you know, just survive the trip, somehow get out of there injury-free and move on to the next game. it's so different now. I mean, there's always a feeling every week that if this team executes and plays well, and they're not always going to do that, but if they do those things, they'll have a chance in any game, no matter who they're playing and where it is. And so that was a big hurdle to clear. But there was a stretch from the 2021 season into the 2023 season where Iowa State lost 12 of 13 one-possession games. So they were in all those games, but they weren't winning the close ones. And they still won enough games to go to bowl games 2 of those 3 years and have good productive seasons in the grand scheme of Iowa State football. But what they've done lately, they've won 9 of their last 10 one-possession games. And when you do that, then you can have the special years. You can have the 11-win season that Iowa State had a year ago. You can have the 4-0 start that they have this season because you're winning the close games. And so they found a way to do that. And what do I pinpoint that on? I would say more than anything, Rocco Becht is just really good in clutch situations. He makes plays with the game on the line. I think the team really feels like if they can just get the ball back to Rocco, they're going to have a great chance to win games. He's led 6 fourth-quarter comeback victories. And so it's been impressive what he's done. And it's a team thing. It's not just him. But I think there's a real confidence right now in this team when they're in close games that they're going to get the job done.
We're chatting with John Walters. He's the play-by-play man for the Iowa State Cyclones. You mentioned Rocco Becht, obviously one of the best quarterbacks in this conference, if not of all of FBS. Doesn't really turn the ball over. What are the key elements in him being so great with ball security?
I think he just is a really intelligent football player who is now experienced, a 3-year starter, just like Noah Fafita, who was the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year 3 years ago. Well, Rocco Becht was the Big 12 Offensive Freshman of the Year 3 years ago. So they've been on kind of the similar career path here. But you can just sense that confidence that pre-snap, he's seeing things that other quarterbacks wouldn't see if they were inexperienced. He's seeing some things. He can make some adjustments. He gets a lot of freedom at the line of scrimmage, along with the center, Jim Boniface, to kind of change things if they feel like the coverage is coming and they want to prepare for something different. And, boy, that's critical against Arizona because they're going to disguise coverages and they're going to come at you from all different directions. And so it's important for Rocco to have that sense of, okay, I think I know what's coming. And it's not always going to be right. I mean, he's going to take some tackles for loss. He'll probably take a few sacks in this game. Arizona's going to guess right, or Iowa State's going to guess wrong on occasion. But he has to be able to make big plays to make Arizona pay for that aggressiveness, too, on the back end. And so you hope from an Iowa State perspective for some home run balls against Arizona's defense if you can catch them gambling and taking a risk and then make them pay for it on the back end. And that's where Rocco Becht, his experience should really help in that regard. But it's going to be tough. I mean, I love the way Arizona's defense is playing. They're really aggressive. They're challenging people, and you got to earn it against them. And so this is going to be a real great test for Rocco and the entire offense.
What is the style of offense that we're going to see on Saturday from Iowa State?
You know, multiple tight ends on a lot of occasions, a lot of 12 personnel, and they've got 2 really good ones in Gabe Burkle and Benjamin Bramer. So they want to keep those 2 guys on the field as much as they possibly can. But they're really multiple in the way they attack. So you'll see times where there's 2 running backs on the field, Carson Hansen and Abu Sama. You'll see times where there's 3 or 4 tight ends in the game. You'll see times where there's 3 receivers in the game. They try to keep defenses guessing, and they try to kind of scratch where it itches, if you will, as far as taking what a defense gives you. So it's not all based on Rocco Becht and his right arm. There's, you know, they want to get a run game going. They want to get the tight ends involved in the receiving game. They try to stay as multiple as they can just to try to keep defenses off balance.
John Walters is our guest. He's the play-by-play man for the Iowa State Cyclones. John, I'm a huge Cleveland Guardians fan. We have a player named Big Christmas. You guys have a player named Big Citrus in Dominique Orange, defensive tackle. What is special about that young man?
Well, you would look at a stat sheet and you'd say nothing, you know, I mean, because he's not going to accumulate a lot of stats, but when you got 650 pounds leaning on you on every play, you know, he's filling gaps, he's getting pressure, he's doing the things that kind of move the line of scrimmage back for Iowa State. And he's a tremendous football player. I think he'll be a first-round NFL draft pick or at least second round. And he's just a really good freak athlete that impacts the game without getting a lot of stats. And occasionally he will make a big play, but what he really does is just impact every play and make offenses account for him and double team him a lot. And so he's a team guy, and his impact is much more seen in the win column than it is on the stat sheet.
And you guys got Marcus Neal in that star position. Sounds like one of those guys where they kind of move around the defense to allow him to attack from a lot of different places.
Yeah, pretty much almost identical to Genesis Smith from Arizona in the way that they treat that position. You know, a lot of run support, have to be good in pass coverage as well. But it's almost like an extra linebacker back there as that third safety and can fly up and really hit and make plays in the run game as well. So, yeah, I think two of the best in the Big 12 Conference at that position, just like the quarterbacks we just talked about. I think those star safeties for both Arizona and Iowa State are two of the best in the conference at their positions as well.
John, first time since 1968 that these two teams have gotten together, and the last time was in Ames, Iowa. I don't know how long you've been there, but tell us about Ames, Iowa, and fans that we've got that are going to be there on Saturday. What are they going to see? Where do they need to eat? What's Ames, Iowa? Give us the synopsis about what Ames, Iowa is all about.
Well, it's a great college town. You know, it is literally that. It is a college town, and you know, there's plenty of good places to eat. Cornbread, Aunt Maud's, Jethro's, Hickory Park, all kinds of good places to eat in Ames. But I think on game night, what they're really going to see is just a great college football environment. There'll be 61,500 there. Every seat will be full. Everybody will be wearing white. It is the second biggest stadium currently in the Big 12 behind BYU, and they fill it. And Matt Campbell has created this great game day atmosphere with the teams that he's put on the field. That certainly helped, but Iowa State fans are very loyal. We don't have pro teams. So, you know, Iowa State and Iowa are the big deal in this state, and fans come out in great numbers and really support it. And I think the other thing, if you're just a fan coming to the game and you've never been to Ames, make sure to get to the stadium 5 or 6 hours early because you're going to really enjoy the tailgate. We've lost a lot of football games through the years, but we've never lost a tailgate at Iowa State. and it's surrounding the stadium in every direction you go. And it's nothing but a sea of cardinal and gold, and they'll be very welcoming to the Arizona fans that come by. And so I think they'd really enjoy that part of the experience as well.
All right, give me that one. Give me one nugget of Iowa State football history. That one maybe story that you all tell about the program.
Well, it's the only college football stadium named after an African American student athlete. Jack Trice died tragically as a very young player in the Iowa State program. It was a time in the 1920s when there weren't a lot of African American players in college football, but he was injured in the game at Minnesota, and on the train ride back, his internal bleeding got a little bit out of control, and they couldn't save him, and so he passed away. And a student movement really created the drive to name the stadium after Jack Trice in the 1990s, I believe, when the actual name change was made to Cyclone Stadium. But it's something we really hang our hat on. We're proud of what Jack stood for, and he had written a letter to himself the night before his first game, just talking about the impact he needed to have and how he represented not just himself but his race, and it was really a special thing. And so Iowa State University takes a lot of pride in that, and that is one of the unique things that maybe a lot of people don't know about Iowa State's football stadium.
Jack Trice, who went to the same high school as my grandfather, East Tech.
Well, there you go.
Cleveland,
you know
Ohio.
The story. There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go.
John, hey, we always appreciate the chance to talk to you as we learn more about Iowa State. Looking forward to, we were talking basketball yesterday with the schedule coming out. Looking forward to that big Monday game against Iowa State coming up in early March after what we saw here last year. So, but before that, let's play some football for the first time.
Sounds great. Both teams are playing well. Should be a heck of a game tomorrow night for sure.
John Walters, he is the play-by-play man for the Iowa State Cyclones. Dragon Ball's getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives. He's got your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Accident reported over at West Congress Street and North Bonita Avenue. We're going to see a little bit of slowing on Congress as this comes right off of the I-10 exit there. And just a reminder that the I-10 under the Ruth Auburn Improvement Project still has westbound I-10 on and off ramps at Sunset closed until later on this year. For your weather, still at about 70. We'll continue to see a rise in temperature, though, as the storms clear out, dropping down to 72 by 9 p.m. I'm Dragon Ball with the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by NBC. Tomorrow night, live on NBC and Peacock, the Oregon Ducks take on the Penn State Nittany Lions under the lights in primetime in Happy Valley. It's Big Ten Saturday night, a matchup you won't want to miss. Tune in at 7 p.m. Eastern, live on NBC and Peacock.
AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall is your premier automotive destination in town. Explore the new 2025 Honda models and extensive collection of pre-owned vehicles. Experience no-hassle financing and our no-haggle one-price selection. Visit AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall today.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Tomorrow night, live on NBC and Peacock, the Oregon Ducks. Spectacular! Take on the Penn State Nittany Lions. With a massive play. It's the Whiteout in Happy Valley. Under the lights in prime time. This house is rocking. Don't miss Big Ten Saturday night. Tomorrow, 7 Eastern. Live on NBC and Peacock. Here comes Saturday night.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
September is here. The kids are in school, football has started, and it's still hot in the old Pueblo. Picturock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is your trusted, local, and family-owned air conditioning and plumbing service provider. We have been serving Tucson and the surrounding areas for over 24 years. Call Picturock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or go to picturockscooling.com to set up your next appointment online.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now. Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's nothing better than an Arizona football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
At O'Reilly Chevrolet, we love trucks. We love them so much, as a matter of fact, that we've dedicated an entire month to them. And during Truck Month, right now, you can pick up a Chevy Silverado, the #1 selling full-size pickup in Arizona for the past 3 years. So what are you waiting for? Check us out at O'Reilly Chevrolet on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or go to O'Reilly.com. See us today and get that new truck at O'Reilly Chevrolet, giving you more since 1924. Together, let's drive.
So hot. I can help you.
Good afternoon. We're with Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team.
But I didn't call yet.
That's how fast we are, man.
Just as I thought. This AC is out.
No, we're not gonna lose it. Come on. Come on. Don't you die on me.
Johnson, get a hold of yourself. Sorry, we take this very seriously.
Wow, you fellas are good.
It's not just a name, ma'am.
It's who we are kind of thing.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Goodfellasac.com.
This is Andrew Bogish with a Sports Minute sponsored by Chumba Casino, your online casino for plays, spins, and a chance to score. Must be 21 and over. Terms at ChumbaCasino.com. The Florida Panthers' pursuit of a third straight Stanley Cup in real trouble in the preseason. Already without Matthew Tkachuk for months following abdominal surgery, Captain Alexander Barkov now might miss the entire season with a knee injury suffered in practice this week. I'm Andrew Bogish.
Sports fans, listen up. 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer, and bladder leaks can be a side effect. That's why Depend is teaming up with the Prostate Cancer Foundation to encourage screening. Because health is a long game, and it's yours to win. Now here's the cool part. Through November, Depend is contributing up to $300,000 to prostate cancer research by donating 25 cents for every purchase of Depend shields, guards, and Real Fit products. Void in Mississippi. Learn more at Depend.com.
Tomorrow night, live on NBC and Peacock, the Oregon Ducks. Spectacular! Take on the Penn State Nittany Lions. With a massive play. It's the Whiteout in Happy Valley, under the lights in prime time. This house is rocking. Don't miss Big Ten Saturday night, tomorrow 7 Eastern, live on NBC and Peacock. Here comes Saturday night.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. I've got another keyword coming up for you in the 5 o'clock hour. 5K a day. 5 times we are giving away, 5 times a day, we are giving away $1,000. Who else is giving you $1,000 but DK 5 times a day? So I gave you a keyword between the 2 and 4 block. That block is over. That $1,000 is gone. You'll have a chance now to win another $1,000 coming up here between now and 7 o'clock. Listen for the keyword in the commercial breaks because we pop them in there. We drop them in the commercial breaks. Also, though, I'm going to give you that keyword during the 5 o'clock hour. So we've gotten, this is the first week of the availability report in the Big 12. Well, it's not the first week of it because it's the first week we've been a part of it because we're playing our first game. But there have been other teams that have played Big 12 games already this season, and they had availability reports in the past couple of weeks. But this is the first time for the Wildcats. So generally, the availability report is supposed to be posted right around 6 o'clock Central Time, which is 4 o'clock our time. But the one for today has not yet been posted. So I'm going to tell you the availability report as it stood yesterday. There was only one change. So this will be the third. Today's will be the third. It'll come out 4 times every week. It'll come out Wednesday night will be the first one, Thursday, and then Friday evening. And then you'll get it 45 minutes. You'll get the final availability report 45 minutes before kickoff. Now, in terms of the guy, what I've noticed in terms of this first week, the guys that are out, the majority of these guys that are out were already out. Like, we already knew a lot of these guys were not going to play. Guys like Tyler Powell, who suffered the injury, I believe, on the first play of the game of the first, was it the Hawaii game, first game of the season? We knew Tyler Powell was not going to play again this season. His name is obviously on there. So in terms of the guys that are out, no real surprises. Maybe the one name that showed up on there this week was Issei Mato'otita, who is one of the backup offensive linemen for the Arizona Wildcats. He had played on special teams in last week's game, so I haven't reviewed the tape close enough to figure out exactly when Issei got hurt in last week's ball game, but he is out of this week's game. No word on if Issei will be back at all this season. He's a transfer from New Mexico. He was on the squad last year, and he had obviously seen some action in games this year. Most of the other guys who are on the out list, Chase Randall, Kiana Pete, who is Cole Pete's older brother, Landon Kelsey, Kellen Ford, Tyler Powell, as I mentioned there, Rex Haynes, Jashawn Frosto-Ramos, Deshaun Hinton, and Gianni Edwards, none of those players have played in games. As far as I know, none of those players have played in games yet this season. Now, the good news in terms of this, the good news is that when the first injury report or availability report came out on Wednesday, Chuba Ma'ai, the starting left guard for the Wildcats, who played extremely well, got my game ball for the win over Kansas State, he was listed as questionable. Now, on the second injury report yesterday, he had been upgraded to probable. So that was the really only major change that we saw from day 1 to day 2. Questionable still, Kedrick Risano, who did not play, who has not played the last 2 games, the starting running back due to injury, and Chance Roberts, another offensive lineman who I'm not sure if Chance has gotten into any action yet this year. If not. But really, Risano and Maye, and we've posted these. You can get on over to our Twitter account, Wildcats1290. I think in the future what we'll probably do is just focus on the guys who have played in games and not necessarily, like I mentioned, a lot of the guys on the out list haven't played at all this year. But again, if they're upgraded, then we'll obviously add them. But in terms of guys that are out that haven't played, we probably just will trim that list down to just the guys that maybe have played in games prior that are now out currently.
Real quick, back to your comment about the Pete Bros, Kiana, and Koa.
Right.
Kiana's listed at 6'1", 277, and Koa 6'8", 235.
Right.
So the younger brother with the 7-inch height difference, DK. So
exactly.
Younger, but not bigger.
I mean, it is a family of athletes.
Oh man,
family
so
of
many
athletes. I guess and we asked him when we chatted with Koa at Media Day a few weeks ago, or last week actually. We asked him, it's like, well, how did all your brothers played football, but you gravitated to basketball? I guess when you grow that extra 7 inches, it's like, I think I'm going to go play basketball instead of beating up my body on the football.
Yeah,
field.
6'1", 270, DK. That's a lineman.
Yeah,
6'8", 230, power forward.
We had Doug, I'm sorry, not Doug, but we had Paul in Phoenix mention that the women are going to be involved with the Red Blue game next Friday, which is next Friday night. We are going to be back over on campus this coming Wednesday for their media day, which will be at the Richard Jefferson Gymnasium. So we were there for the fellas a couple weeks ago, last week, and we will be over there again this coming Wednesday for the ladies' media day. So we'll have more information on that coming up early in the week. All right. Where is Ames, Iowa? What is Ames, Iowa? I've never been there. If you've been there, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. 520-848-1290. Seth Dagey has been to Ames, Iowa. He talked about it earlier this week.
So my junior year, we beat Oklahoma. They were like number 3 in the country at Oklahoma, and we snapped like a 39-game home win streak. And, I come home, and obviously Coach Leach, Mike Leach wasn't the head coach at the time, but he called me, and he kind of ripped me. And he called me to directly tell me, like, basically, you need to get those guys ready because Iowa State will come into Lubbock and jump on you guys. And, that weekend was like a weekend that you wouldn't forget. I mean, Snoop Dogg's calling me. I mean, everybody, and you just beat OU. So you have everybody in the world calling you and saying, hey, come hang out. And then you got everybody in the world telling you how great you are. Well, Iowa State rolls in the next week and just hammers us. I mean, just destroys us, like 49-14. We didn't play very well. They weren't very good on offense, and all of a sudden they scored 49 points. They've always been good on defense. Paul Rhodes was the head coach there at the time, and he's one of my favorite guys to see after a game because he would hype you up so well. Like, it's almost like, man, this guy really loves me. Maybe. Like, I really like Paul Rhodes. And then my senior year, we went there, and I threw a pick six early. They had two All-American linebackers. I can't remember their names. But I threw a pick six early, and we responded through that, ended up finding a way to win there. But I do remember this. It's a tough place to play. And you would think, like, when you're coming in on a bus, it's like, where am I? It's almost like I'm in the middle of nowhere. It's like these cornfields almost, And then all of a sudden, it's just like everybody's ecstatic about Iowa State football, and I was pretty surprised, honestly, about as a player at least, the environment. They had it rocking, and so I expect nothing less now. Obviously that was back when they were still trying to sustain, a winning tradition, and now they're playing for championships. So it's a little bit different ball now.
There you go. So he knows a little bit about this environment that the Wildcats are going to be flowing into coming up on Saturday in Ames, Iowa.
Again, not to be like reiterate over and over the same comment, but DK, these pockets of communities that have always been Cyclones fans. You're talking about how the Cardinals would allow Seahawks fans in their building.
Yeah.
That's because those people haven't always been Cardinals fans, right? They were St. Louis Cardinals before they got here and Phoenix before they were Arizona. So the idea of all these college towns that now Arizona is in, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Seattle are not college towns. But the college towns that are dot the landscape of the Big 12, DK, are a lot of places like Ames, where it's your dad, your grandpa, your great-grandpa, and your great-great-grandpa all rooted for the Cyclones. And it's that tradition of going to tailgate and going to cheer for your local team, win or lose, because that's your civic pride in your area. And so if Arizona fans are confused about that, I mean, that's really what it's all about, is that a lot of these smaller towns, all they know about is cheering for their football teams, cheering for their basketball teams. It's been like that forever.
There's nothing. I mean, I've lived in a number of college towns, not major college towns. I mean, I lived in Kent, Ohio, which is home to Kent State University, which is a Mid-American Conference school. I've lived in Normal, Illinois, which is home to Illinois State, which is a Missouri Valley Conference school. And again, but there's nothing more fun than that college town environment. And then you have, you're talking about major Power 5 college towns like Ames, Iowa, and some of these other places that are not necessarily, quote, cities, but just like bigger towns.
South Bend, Columbus. Like
that host these.
College Park.
Right. Well, Columbus to me is a city. I mean, it's a pretty. I mean, it's the third biggest city in the state of Ohio. But like more so like towns like Corvallis and like Ames that are not necessarily big cities, but large college towns that have Power 5 universities, and it can, like you said, it's like Manhattan, Kansas. What we saw last year when the Wildcats had to go there for their first road game. It's going to be when it was all purple. It was a purple out. I think that night you get a white out on Saturday night in Ames, Iowa. It's going to be very, very similar how this team handles that, because obviously we found out last year's team did not handle it very well at all, and losing it by 24 points. You want to be in these games, because I think it's and I'll get into this in the 5 o'clock hour, just what I was talking about with John Walters there, and how this when I looked at this Iowa State team, it reminded me so much what Matt Campbell has done. It's reminded me so much of the Rich Rod era, except for the fact that the Rich Rod era ended prematurely, and you never really maybe got that payoff that you might have gotten had Rich Rod stuck around maybe another 3 or 4 years. But when you have, and who was it? I think it was even Danny Gonzalez talked about it this week, how it's in continuity is so important. You can't, if you think you're going to put together a great program, changing coaches every 2 or 3 years, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. It's just not going to work. And so you've got to find that person like the Wildcats had under Dick Tomey, when, again, they had that continuity to where they could roll into those really successful seasons, every 1 or 2, 3 years when they had those setback years. That's what you're seeing with a program like Iowa State, consistently in that 7 to 8 win territory. And then they had a 10-win season a few years back. They went to the Fiesta Bowl. Then they had a little bit of a setback in 22 when they lost only won 4 games. And now they're last year 10 wins. This year probably on the road to 10 wins again. Yeah, back-to-back 10-win seasons. That's when you really start to build on what a coach is trying to lay down, the route he's trying to lay down inside of a program.
I think less than 100,000 is the magic number, because you're talking about a town that's big enough to make noise, but not so big that you divide loyalties. Okay,
Right.
So Lawrence is less than 100,000. Manhattan is 50,000. Ames is about 70,000. Metro is about 85. So enough people, DK, to have a real rowdy stadium every single Saturday. Maybe not as many transplants as Phoenix, as Tucson have, and that divided loyalty of what color are you going to see people wearing when they go into the stadium. It's going to be all Iowa State fans.
Yeah, 0848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Forgot the number there for a minute. DK on the Sports Tip. Much more coming up for you in the 5 o'clock hour. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We have an incident with injuries at West Arizona Pavilions Drive and North Cortero Road. Cortero Road getting slowed down as you come off the I-10 there. Be prepared for some backup. An incident over at South Harrison Road and East 22nd Street, slowing things down mightily on 22nd there as well. For your weather, currently getting ready to hit that 80 mark right now before eventually starting to cool down, getting out of the 80s by 9 p.m. I'm Dragon Ball with you, Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Tomorrow night, live on NBC and Peacock, the Oregon Ducks. Spectacular! Take on the Penn State Nittany Lions. With a massive play. It's the Whiteout in Happy Valley. Under the lights in prime time. This house is rocking. Don't miss Big Ten Saturday night. Tomorrow, 7 Eastern, live on NBC and Peacock. Here comes Saturday night.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy plates, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no, how bad? When will my AC be fixed?
You know, I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air-conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
Back your hometown favorite. Get your very own exclusive University of Arizona debit card from Hughes Federal Credit Union. Pair your new card with a free checking account that earns dividends with no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and convenient 24/7 online and mobile banking. Visit one of our 7 convenient branch locations to get your card instantly or open an account online at hughesfcu.org/wildcats. Show your Wildcat spirit all year long with Hughes Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now. Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's nothing better than an Arizona football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard, the driveway needs filling in, or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
September is here, the kids are in school, football has started, and it's still hot in the old Pueblo. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is your trusted, local, and family-owned air conditioning and plumbing service provider. We have been serving Tucson and the surrounding areas for over 24 years. Call Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or go to picturerockscooling.com to set up your next appointment online.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
The Diamondbacks are hanging on by a thread. 3 games to go. It's going to pretty much almost take a miracle for them to make the National League playoffs now, and part of that is because the lefty strength of the Dodgers put their foot down yesterday at Chase Field, starting with Freddie Freeman.
Trying to continue to climb that list here in the regular season, and Freddie drives one deep to right field. It is back. It is gone. A home run. Freddie Freeman with his 22nd homer gets the Dodgers on the board. It is 1-0. Freddie swings, hits a drive deep right center, heading back to the wall. It is off the top of the wall and gone into the pool. The second home run for Freddie Freeman in the game, and the Dodgers lead it 8-0. It's a runaway in the desert.
That would be your final in that game on Thursday. 8-0. The Dodgers would win their 12th National League West title in 13 years. Those that came to the ballpark, I say every time you come to the ballpark and the Dodgers are playing, one of the things you hope to see is a home run by Shohei Ohtani, and the fans yesterday in the building got to see just that.
2 home runs in the game so far, back-to-back in the second inning, Freddie Freeman and Andy Pages, and they did it off 2 different pitchers. 1-1. Ohtani swings, hits a drive deep to right center. This ball heading back to the pool. It is gone. Splashdown for Ohtani in Phoenix. Home run number 54. He ties his own home run record. He ties the Dodgers single-season home run record. It's a 2-run shot, and the Dodgers lead it 6-0. A 406-foot blast into the pool in right center field.
That was the only Dodger parting in the pool on this Thursday. When they wrapped it up, they kept the celebration on the field.
And a 2-1 pitch. Swung on a ground ball to third. Rojas backhands, throws to first. He got it! Divisional dominance for the Dodgers. The 2025 Dodgers are the National League's Western Division champions. For the 12th time in 13 years, the Dodgers can raise a banner, and they've now won the division title 4 straight seasons.
Now, DK, I didn't watch the end of that because it was 8-0, and it was just depressing. But did they have a bunch of big dudes like guarding the pool, or did they just have a bit more decorum?
I didn't know. I know in the year after that whole thing happened, I think the Dodgers had maybe had a chance to come in and do that, and then they were talking about that. I did not see guards. Like I can't attest that there were guards guarding the pool, but yeah, they weren't going to let that happen again.
I got another offhand question. What's the home run record
for a season?
Yeah,
I think didn't Bonds hit like 72?
Did he though?
Did he? Oh, did he though?
I mean, Bonds, McGuire, Sosa, right?
Yeah.
Those are the top 5 home run hitters of all time.
Right.
You see Cal Raleigh hitting 60, and I'm just asking myself, like, what is the official home run record?
I mean, to me, the official is what it is, because I'll stand by what I've always said. Major League Baseball allowed what happened to happen.
But if a tree hits 73 home runs in a forest and they're not in the Hall of Fame, then did it really happen?
Well, that's revisionist history from the terms that the writers are trying to make right what they also wrote about in droves during that era.
Hey, they made a lot of money off those McGuire Sosa runs.
They did. So, I mean, to me, the home run record is what the home run record is. If you wanted to police it, you could have been policing it back then when it was taking place. versus trying to police it now by keeping guys
I
out of the Hall
don't
of
necessarily care one way or the other. I just know you're a purist, and I'm just wondering like what you baseball purists believe. I mean, 73, we were all there for it, right?
Yeah.
Like the 150 intentional walks along the way as well. But yeah, I just saw 60 from Cal Raleigh and thinking, wow, that's amazing. And I wonder where that falls in the pantheon of great home
the
run
debate
hitting
now is Cal Raleigh versus Aaron Judge for MVP. I had the conversation. I've had the conversation with two people today about my feelings on that, and to me, if I don't have a vote in it, but if I did, I would vote for Cal Raleigh. And I understand the guy's only hitting 240 versus Aaron Judge, who's hitting 330. A guy of
leading all major leagues in hitting percentage.
A guy of his stature who's hitting 330. Yeah, that's pretty. You cannot argue those numbers. But to me, the Mariners are where they are. National. In fact, let me, before we get into that, let me take you back to a couple of nights ago at up in Seattle, and Cal Raleigh was sitting on 58 home runs, trying to become.
And he's having
trying to become the first since Babe Ruth in the America, or not the first, but to match Babe Ruth, who had hit 60, obviously, home runs in the American League.
And he's having the kind of season where if you're at the ballpark or you're listening on the radio, you can't take your eyes off of him. The chance of MVP in the background. Now the windup in the 1-1, swinging a drive, deep to right field. Holy smokes, where is this going to land? Upper deck, right field. Number 59 for Cal Raleigh. He has just tied Babe Ruth for the most home runs in a single season in American League history.
All right, that was in the first inning of that game against the dreadful Rockies on, I believe it was Wednesday night. Then Cal came up again in the 8th inning.
So 2 away, and here comes Cal Raleigh. And everybody rising to their feet all at one time. They're looking for even more history. Back in the first inning, his first time up, Cal hit his 59th home run of the season that tied Babe Ruth for the 4th most ever in a single season in American League history. The chance of MVP. MVP, the stretch of the pitch to Cal. Swinging a drive, deep to right field. There it is, number 60, the modern-day Bambino. Has just tied Babe Ruth's record of 60 home runs for 3rd all-time in American League history. Cal Raleigh with his 2nd home run of the ball game. The magical tour of Cal Raleigh just continues here in 2025.
That ball, DK, on the 60th got out so fast they couldn't go from the MVP chance to cheering the home run because it left the park so quickly.
Yeah. And it's like you watch those highlights and you listen to those highlights and you say to yourself, man, I would love. I mean, what's it like to be in a ballpark for a moment like that? I mean, I've been to a ton of baseball games in my life, probably close to 100. But I don't know that I think the closest I've had to being in the ballpark for a historic moment. I was there in 1995 for I think it was like one of the last Indians home games prior to their first postseason in 50-something years when Albert Bell hit his 50th home run to become the first player in baseball history with 50 home runs and 50 doubles. So that's like the closest I think that's the only time I can ever remember being in a ballpark for a moment like that, where you have a player who hits a major milestone moment of such what we saw from Cal Raleigh the other night. So the debate again is right now, Aaron Judge or Cal Raleigh, and I've had, as I mentioned, I've had this with 2 conversations already today. To me, if I'm voting for Cal Raleigh because I don't think the Mariners are where they are without him. I mean, Aaron Judge, I think the Yankees, and this is not to denigrate anybody else on the Mariners team in terms of the fact that they don't have a good team, but I just think that he's been the key to them winning the West title for the first time in 21 years. So I just think he's more important than the Mariners than Judge is to the Yankees.
And he's a much better defensive player too, right?
So, yeah, Dragon Ball is here with us now. Dragon Ball, Cal Raleigh or Aaron Judge?
How differently do you pitch the Mariners if Cal Raleigh's not in the lineup? How differently do you pitch the Mariners if Cal Raleigh's not there?
Right.
How differently do you pitch against the Yankees if Aaron Judge is not there? Well, you still don't give them anything in the middle of the plate because that's all the Yankees seem to hit.
Yeah.
They don't really have a lot of very good plate discipline on that roster. And plus, Aaron Judge has missed a lot of games this season, and the Yankees are still potentially going to be in a position where they could come away with the AL East. I mean, I believe there's still a chance for them to get the division over. I believe it's still the Blue Jays right now that lead it by about a game, maybe 2 games or so.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have a chance to win the division, even with Judge not being on the field for a good portion of the year in the second half of it. So I think Raleigh, it has to be the easy choice for American League MVP.
And just for record, Albert Bell is still the only player in Major League Baseball history with 50 home runs and 50 doubles in a season. So I can at least say I was there to see that regular. And I'm not talking, I mean, and postseason is something completely different. I mean, there are memories and moments in postseasons, and I've seen a ton of postseason moments in baseball, but regular season record moments is what I'm talking about when I say being in the ballpark for something like what Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, I mean, tying Babe Ruth's record, guys.
Yeah.
That's 100 years ago.
Exactly.
Like tying Babe Ruth's record in the ballpark. I've never been in the ballpark for a monumental landmark moment. I think the closest thing would be like Sean Elliott breaking Lou Alcindor's record.
Yeah.
In the pack. Like I was there that night. But that's not a number that you're trying to hit. 60 home runs, first, player in the league to hit that many.
Mm-hmm.
It's not quite the same thing, but yeah. I mean, and then there was the whole ball situation, right?
Yep.
Where the kid got the ball, which they should.
Oh, in what, with Cal Raleigh?
Yeah, with Cal Raleigh's home run.
Oh, I did not see that. I saw it bounce around and shoot around the fan, the fans there, but I never saw who got it or heard who got it.
Yeah, I read something about Cal Raleigh met a kid because met the person that gave it to a kid after the game was over. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's how you should do it. Give the balls to the kids and not try to take it from them like the lady in Philadelphia. 520-848-1290.
She got real famous though.
Oh yeah, she did. Dragon Ball. I guess she's going to be the hot costume for Halloween.
Oh, I'd imagine she's going to be popular in Philly.
There you go. Dragon Ball is here. He's got everything happening in Southern. What's happening in Southern Arizona this weekend, Dragon Ball?
Well, I know that we're talking about the Wildcats football game happening tomorrow, and then we got the Red
That's
Blue
not
game.
here.
Well, that's not here, but it's related to Arizona sports,
Okay.
DK.
All right.
You got the Arizona football game happening tomorrow where people are going to be watching that, and you got next weekend, you got the Red Blue game. But this Sunday, 12 to 5 p.m., the AZ Cats annual fundraiser for the softball team is going to be happening on 828 North Stone Avenue. Go ahead and get in there to support the U of A softball team with shopping, food, family fun, $5 entry fee, and then you go in and spend a little bit of extra money to help support the U of A softball team that's going to be getting their season started here. Who knows? Before too long, it's going to be
fall
time for
ball.
them. Yeah,
fall ball will be happening. I think when next week.
Something like that, yeah. And then I had to go include this because you know how Cricket loves to talk about the dogs and the cats.
Okay.
There's fine wine for felines, 4 to 6
like to
p.m.
talk about
on
cats?
Sunday.
I thought it was just dogs.
I think it's mostly dogs for her, but this is the closest thing I could come up with. 4 to 6 on Sunday. Go over to Arizona Wine Collective over at 4280 North Campbell Avenue. $25
Just
to
say
get
St.
in.
Philip's Plaza. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, I said the address because that's what I wrote. Anyway, you get to taste 3 premium Arizona wines with hors d'oeuvres, and a portion of the proceeds will be going to the Positively Cats no-kill shelter there as well.
Those are your buddies, right, DK?
Yeah, we like it. Well, we won't be there if there's cats involved. Kathy will have nothing to do with that place that day.
But that is something that you can go ahead and check out on Sunday, 4 to 6. A $25 entry fee, though, so that's going to be where most of that money is going to be going to those cats.
All right. Cool. Outstanding. What's on Dragon Ball's agenda for this weekend?
Sleep. I got a birthday party that I got to go and have for the girlfriend tomorrow.
Oh, her birthday?
Yeah, her birthday was yesterday.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday to, what's her name again?
Shannon.
Happy birthday, Shannon.
And I got to get the car.
What'd you get for her?
I can't say it yet. She might listen. I don't know.
So you haven't gifted. You haven't done the gift
it's
yet.
gonna be tomorrow. We do that, but I got to send the car into the shop tomorrow morning to go and get that axle repaired because
Happy birthday, honey! I got a new axle.
I got a new axle, new inner tire
wire rods. I'm going to save the tires for Christmas.
That's like the guy on Jim Rome. I think it was yesterday that got fired right before he was going on his honeymoon.
Ooh. That's some Friday smoky kind of decision right there.
Exactly.
You got to have a real bad luck to be fired.
Someone get that guy a bottle of wine and a cat.
Really, and a cat. Oh, gosh. Dragon Ball's getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives, or he's getting you to high school football. Have the schedule coming up for you for tonight's Week 6 action straight ahead.
Well, from the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We have an incident with injury over at South Houghton Road and East Sky Castle Way. This is just north of Escalante Road. A lot of slowing on Houghton right now to avoid that spot right now if you can. Also, some property damage reported at West Tangerine Road and North Thornydale Road. Majority of the backup here going to be on Thornydale, and you get to that spot. For your weather, we're slowly getting that climb up. We're about 80, 81 degrees around town right now. We'll be getting out of the 80s and whatnot once we get to about 6 p.m. tonight. I'm Dragon Ball with you, Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Discover luxury at BMW of Tucson, your premier BMW dealership. Explore our extensive inventory, lease specials, and state-of-the-art service. Visit us at the Tucson Auto Mall or at bmwoftucson.com today.
Tomorrow night, live on NBC and Peacock, the Oregon Ducks. Spectacular! Take on the Penn State Nittany Lions with a massive play. It's the Whiteout in Happy Valley, under the lights in prime time. This house is rocking. Don't miss Big Ten Saturday night, tomorrow 7 Eastern, live on NBC and Peacock. Here comes Saturday night.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
This is Ron. I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable. And we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on. My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend, Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
That's awesome. No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The Grizz cracks me up. And I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are. Mm-hmm. So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at AlaskanAC.com.
Sean Furrier here for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Whether you're new to Arizona or you've been driving here for decades, we all share the same roads and the same extreme driving conditions like extreme Arizona heat, extremely large potholes, some extremely flooded roads, and there's always extremely distracted drivers, pedestrians, and that guy who drives his scooter backwards into oncoming traffic. You're driving in the world's largest video game, stopping, starting, turning, heating up, and cooling down. And that's just your afternoon commute. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 award-winning locations have been helping drivers just like you get home safely for over 60 years. With top-quality tire brands, no hidden extras, and one low price. Jack Furrier has everything you need to stay in the game, like wheel alignments, batteries, brakes, air conditioning, service at prices that won't break the bank. Ask a neighbor or friend about Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's friendly service, or stop by, make an appointment online, or call ahead to the local's choice. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
A proud sponsor of the University of Arizona radio broadcast.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now. Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's nothing better than an Arizona football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. Las Vegas Aces superstar A'ja Wilson became the first 4-time MVP in WNBA history this week. The 29-year-old led the league in scoring and blocks, while leading the Aces to a 30-14 record and the number 2 seed in the playoffs. Wilson joined Cynthia Cooper as the only players to win the award in back-to-back seasons. After dropping Game 1 of the semifinals at home to the Indiana Fever, Wilson and the Aces responded in Game 2 with a dominant 90-68 win. The MVP led the way, as always, with 25 points and a playoff career-high 5 steals, as her squad tied the series up at 1 game apiece.
I don't know if necessarily it's a wake-up call. I just think we came to work. We didn't come to work on Game 1, and that's on all of us. And I think Game 2, we just decided to come to work. And when we do that, and we do it the right way, and we play the right way, good things happen.
Game 3 is tonight in Indy. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Maggie Gray on Westwood One.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No! Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Tucson area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, we've got Virginia +7 in this game against Florida State. It was 14-0 Cavaliers, and now all of a sudden the Seminoles have come back to tie the game at 14-14. They're just coming up on halftime there in Charlottesville. So we're still winning that because we've got Virginia +7, so we're up 7. But a tight game here to start Friday night football. ASU is in action a little bit later. Coming up at 6 o'clock against TCU at home. We'll be following that game as well. Wildcats and the Iowa State Cyclones tomorrow with our coverage beginning at 11:30 right here on Wildcats Radio 1290 with Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. All right, also happening tonight, you've got the Phoenix Mercury. The Mercury coming off a big win, comeback in Game 2 of the WNBA semifinals.
Smith to jump it up with Matt, and we are underway in Game 2.
Back defensively in transition. Minnesota so good doing that all season in Game 1.
Collier with an incredible shot over Copper. Here's Sabali firing and hitting And that's exactly what you were talking about, Rebecca.
It's so important for her to be a floor spacer and to make her look.
Under 2 minutes to go, 5 on the shot clock. Williams with the lay. Whitcomb gets it off. No, Thomas keeps it alive. 8 seconds left. Whitcomb, another look to tie. You bet! Sammy Whitcomb has tied it at 79.
89-83 was the final as the Mercury come from 20 down. They were down 59-39 in that ball game in the third quarter. And they come back to win it 89-83 in overtime.
The biggest comeback in WNBA history for a road playoff game.
Yes.
20 points.
Indeed. And again, Alyssa Thomas has been somebody that's been right in the middle of this whole thing this season. Again, she did not win the WNBA MVP, which many of us had hoped that she might with the triple doubles that she compiled all throughout the season. But in that ball game on Tuesday, and they've had some days off, which has been nice, she played 43 minutes. 43 minutes.
Yeah.
In that game.
I honestly think it's as simple as this, DK. If the Mercury had finished with a better record than the Aces, she would have been the MVP.
Probably. 19 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists. Nate Tibbetts says Alyssa Thomas is the most competitive he has ever seen.
She's the ultimate competitor. I don't know if I've ever been around anyone quite like her in my whole. And I grew up in a gym. My dad was a high school coach, right? I've been around a lot of players, and I've never seen anyone that wants to win as bad as she does. I'm just absolutely blown away by her toughness and grit, and I'm just blessed to coach her every day.
There you go. Blessed indeed. We are blessed to have had a chance to watch this young lady play. Alyssa talks about where that competitive fire comes from.
Alyssa, Nate said that you were the most competitive person that he has been around and worked with, dating back to days that he'd be in his dad's high school gym. It's kind of a silly question, but where does that competitive fire come from? And especially now, 12 years into your career, you're still out there, John on the court, you have that little smile, that grin on your face. Where does all of that come from still?
Yeah, I mean, it started with my parents as a kid. Any win that we had, whether it was trouble, Candyland, we had to earn our win. So for me, when I would get a win against them, it was exciting. But this is what it's all about. I mean, we play the whole season for playoffs, and moments like this, it's definitely a moment that we'll never forget. And for me, I want to win. I've been chasing the championship for a long time, and I think this is our time.
How about that? In the last 2 weeks, we've heard about Danny Gonzalez's competitive games of Uno with his daughter, and now we've heard about Alyssa Thomas growing up playing Candyland to win.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I never lost at Chutes and Ladders, but I'm not in the NBA. I don't know how that happens.
Oh my goodness, that is something special right there. Thomas, she led the league with a career high 9.2 assists per game this year, and she essentially has been the one that's been kind of directing this free-flowing offense that Nate Tibbetts has really put together around the likes of her and Satu Sabally and Clea Copper and Sammy Whitcomb, who we saw come up big in the last ball game as well. So if you'll remember, the Mercury played Game 3 of their first round series against the New York Liberty a week ago tonight at home. So they played Friday night, won, beat New York, knocked them out. They came back and had to play Game 1 on Sunday in Minnesota. So get on a plane, go right to Minnesota, play Sunday. So 2 days later. Then they played Game 2 of that series on Tuesday. And so nice to have some days off, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 days off. 2 days off is not bad in this whole thing right now. And then they're going to play tonight. So that's 4 games in 7 days that the Mercury have had to play in this WNBA playoff format, which Sammy Whitcomb had this to say.
Yeah, look, it's tough. It's not ideal, but it is the playoffs, as you said. We're not going to make any excuses. We're prepared for it. I think it's something that should be looked at moving forward, absolutely. But we're not here to make excuses. We're here to win.
Remember like 20 years ago, DK, when there were like 5 days in between NBA playoff games?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Within the same series?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
4
it was
games
crazy.
in 7 days is ridiculous.
It was especially early when they were trying to televise all the games.
Exactly. Yeah,
So
that's
you
what I
would
mean. That era where there
these-
was just forever in between
Yeah.
every single game and every single NBA playoff.
Yeah.
And now they got the WNBA. What was it, 36 hours after they clinched that they were playing their first game?
Yeah.
Give them a little bit more time.
Exactly. All right, let me go ahead right now. I'm going to give you your second 5K a day word because I got 2 of them for you. Every day for about the next month, I'm going to give you 2 chances to win $1,000. All right, so I gave you a chance right before 4 o'clock, and now I'm going to give you another chance right now. This is your final keyword of the week. We give you 5 keywords a day, 5 days a week. So you've got so what? That's 5K a day. That's $25,000 a week. DK is giving away to you. Well, not me because I'm not on during all these time slots.
Very
but
generous.
essentially, I'm the one giving you this money. So just be happy and be thankful that I'm allowing you the chance to do this.
I'd like to thank David Kelly.
There you go. So 5K a day. Right now, you're going to text this keyword to 95819. 95819. Text the word VAULT. 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 Like the gym cats on the vault.
Like you're going to need a vault to put all that thousands of dollars into.
U of A is a vault school. Yeah, point guard U, vault U. We're vault U because we have John Court has them killing it over on the vault over there at the Mary Roby Center for sure. So text vault to 95819 right now, and you've got a chance to win. That's your national keyword. You've got a chance to win $1,000 right now. Text that number. We'll text you back a confirmation to make sure that lets you know that we got it. Giving out $1,000 5 times a day. Keywords between 6 and 9 a.m., 9 and 11 a.m., 11 and 2 p.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., and then 4 p.m., 7 p.m. So you got until 7 o'clock to text that keyword to have a chance to win this $1,000 that we're giving away right now. 95819, that's the text code, and the keyword is vault. All right, I'll give you 2 more of these coming up on Monday between 3 and 6. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We have 1 more segment left to go. We want to hear from you. I got to give you all your high school football scores, games, what's happening tonight. I'll do that in the next segment. We'll get you your Casino del Sol replay as well. We'll check in and see if there's a new availability report for Arizona football because we should have a new one coming in if it has not already. We'll update you on what the injuries are and all of that. DK on the Sports Tip, Dragon Ball getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We have a crash on the right shoulder of I-10 westbound near Sandario Road at milepost 235. Avoid the right shoulder there if you can. And also, accident with possible injuries at East Gulf Links Road and South Houghton Road. This crash is north of the Houghton and Sky Castle Way crash, so a lot of backup on Houghton right now as we speak. For your weather, we're currently at 79 degrees, continuing to cool down until we reach about 72 at 9. I'm Dragon Ball with you, Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
If only there were a little bitty song to remind me where to get my next vehicle.
How about this?
O'Reilly Chevrolet. That's perfect.
Cactus RV. Visit us on Romero, north of Prince, 888-2244 or cactusrv.com.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
September is here, the kids are in school, football has started, and it's still hot in the old Pueblo. Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is your trusted, local, and family-owned air conditioning and plumbing service provider. We have been serving Tucson and the surrounding areas for over 24 years. Call Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 and go to picturoxcooling.com to set up your next appointment online.
Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
My hero.
To advertise up to 40% off at Tobacco Barn, paying no city or state sales tax, and saving up to $3 off with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com, I'm going to jump from this airplane at 38,000 feet.
I hope he's careful.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products. You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation.
Wait, where's the ripcord?
And save up to another $3 off with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Oh no, he forgot his parachute. I did it. Hooray! That's why I'm Captain Tobacco. Captain, you seem a little shorter. I prefer vertically challenged, my dear.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway just south of Valencia. Check TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Or did everyone else get taller?
Oh, brother.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me. Like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
This is Ron. I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable, and we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on. My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
That's awesome. No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The Grizz cracks me up, and I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are. Mm-hmm. So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at AlaskanAC.com.
It's that time of year. School is back. Football is back. And better yet, Truck Month is back at O'Reilly Chevrolet. If you're looking for that perfect truck, we might have it. The Chevy Silverado, the #1 selling full-size pickup in Arizona for the last 3 years, is available right now. So see us at O'Reilly Chevrolet on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or go to O'Reilly.com. See us at O'Reilly Chevrolet during Truck Month, giving you more since 1924. Together, let's drive.
This is Zach Gelb with the Sports Minute, sponsored by Chumba Casino, your online casino for play spins and a chance to score. Must be 21 and over. Terms at ChumbaCasino.com. LSU plays Ole Miss this weekend as we have a battle of two 4-0 teams. The Tigers' defense has been really good to start the season, but their offense isn't up to par. I think this is a race to 23 points this weekend in Oxford, Mississippi, and I have Lane Kiffin and Trinidad Chambliss winning that race while LSU's offense continues to struggle. I'm Zach Gelb.
Chumba Casino brings non-stop fun straight to your screen. Anytime, anywhere. Explore hundreds of games like slots, blackjack, and instant scratch-style cards. Sign up to unlock your free welcome bonus and daily login bonuses. And enjoy your chance at exciting prizes without spending a thing. Just click, play, and enjoy the ride. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
Tomorrow night, live on NBC and Peacock, the Oregon Ducks
Spectacular!
take on the Penn State Nittany Lions
With a massive play!
It's the Whiteout in Happy Valley, under the lights in prime time.
This house is rocking.
Don't miss Big Ten Saturday night, tomorrow 7 Eastern, live on NBC and Peacock. Here comes Saturday night.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Chase Brown in motion now, right to left. Play fake, back to throw. Has time. Throws it on the flat. Caught by Brown. Can he get away? No! He's tackled for a loss. Back at the 35-yard line. Boy, what a beautiful play out there by Gavin Hunter. And how about that redshirt sophomore?
Gavin Hunter, he has been one of the guys on the defensive side of the ball for Arizona, bringing that dominant force contact that has been a staple of what the D this year has done under Danny Gonzalez. I promised you Danny Gonzalez every single day. Game wrap with Gonzo time. I couldn't figure out if we were going to call it game time with Gonzo or game wrap with Gonzo, so I'm going to call it game wrap with Gonzo time. How about that? We'll get it all.
I want a game wrap while I'm watching the game tomorrow. That sounds delicious.
Yeah, absolutely. With a little turkey, a little bacon, a little ham or something of that nature. Let's hear from Gonzalez, Gonzo, about the defensive hitting mentality and pursuing the ball carrier. Like you saw from there, was they blitzed off the end. It was quarterback dumped it down, Avery Johnson, and then the defensive back, Gavin Hunter, slanted right in and made a tackle for a loss. I believe that was a 4th down play, too, if I'm not mistaken. Here's the defensive coordinator.
Gut somebody in half. Don't break down. Like, we do not break down. Like, you will not see a guy run and stutter his feet and try and make a play because the athletes that we go against are way too good. And you give them an inch of space, they're going to make you miss. And that's what I talk about all the time. If you see a guy, a corner, run to the field, or if you see Gavin run through the outside shoulder and they violently launch through a receiver and miss, it's not the missed tackle on them, it's the missed tackle if the pursuit's not getting there fast enough. And I think yards after contact, we're at like 167 on the season. And one of those is a 75-yard run because we did touch him inside there, which sucks. And then the other pieces are, we've had 2, and I talked about Max Harris being a great tackler. The one that he missed against Hawaii that rolled off and was a 21-yard run, that's one, he should make the tackle wrap up the way by design, the way he gator rolled. You should never gator roll around the ribs. You gator roll around the knees. But when we don't have that pursuit, that's where the missed tackles come in, and that's where you get yards after contact. And so we don't break down. We try and gut people in half, and that's why we do the stuff that we do on those bags. And then the pursuit, and we make a huge emphasis on how hard we're going to run to the ball on every single play. And if that thing's even twitching, get a piece of the pile and never stand around a pile because that's when you get your knees taken out and all those things. And it's kind of taken to effect, but that's why those guys, because we are good athletes too, if the running back tries to make a miss and you just gut him, bam, you knock the tar out of him. And then if you miss, the pursuit ought to get it.
Do not gator roll around the ribs. That's what I took away.
That's my biggest problem in life. I'm always gator rolling at the wrong time, DK.
Gator roll around the ankles. Don't gator roll around the ribs. I have no idea what a gator roll is, but hey,
well, it's like the death thing they do where they grab their prey and then they roll around underwater. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There we go. All right, that's your game wrap with Gonzo time for today. We will try to give that. If you want to sponsor Game Wrap with Gonzo time, 520-887-1000. You can put your name on Danny Gonzalez talking football every single day here on DK on the Sports Tip. Time now for your Casino del Sol replay. It's brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf at Sawilo. Maybe I'll play Sawilo on Sunday if I can get a tee time out there. I haven't played Sawilo. My wife says I have to rest this weekend, but I might just say let's go play some golf on Sunday. So we talked to John Walters, the voice of the Iowa State Cyclones, play-by-play man. And, of course, Ames, Iowa. First time the Wildcats have been there since 1968. I've never been to Ames, Iowa. So I asked John Walters, what is Ames, Iowa on game day all about?
Well, it's a great college town. You know, it is literally that. It is a college town, and, you know, there's plenty of good places to eat. Cornbread, Aunt Maud's, Jethro's, Hickory Park, all kinds of good places to eat in Ames. But I think on game night, what they're really going to see is just a great college football environment. There'll be 61,500 there. Every seat will be full. Everybody will be wearing white. It is the second biggest stadium currently in the Big 12 behind BYU, and they fill it. And Matt Campbell has created this great game day atmosphere with the teams that he's put on the field. That certainly helped, but Iowa State fans are very loyal. We don't have pro teams, So, Iowa State and Iowa are the big deal in this state, and fans come out in great numbers and really support it. And I think the other thing, if you're just a fan coming to the game and you've never been to Ames, make sure to get to the stadium 5 or 6 hours early because you're going to really enjoy the tailgate. We've lost a lot of football games through the years, but we've never lost a tailgate at Iowa State. and it's surrounding the stadium in every direction you go. And it's nothing but a sea of cardinal and gold, and they'll be very welcoming to the Arizona fans that come by. And so I think they'd really enjoy that part of the experience as well.
Give me that one. Give me one nugget of Iowa State football history. That one maybe story that you all tell about the program.
Well, it's the only college football stadium named after an African American student athlete. Jack Trice died tragically as a very young player in the Iowa State program. It was a time in the 1920s when there weren't a lot of African American players in college football, but he was injured in the game at Minnesota, and on the train ride back, his internal bleeding got a little bit out of control, and they couldn't save him, and so he passed away. And a student movement really created the drive to name the stadium after Jack Trice in the 1990s, I believe, when the actual name change was made to Cyclone Stadium. But it's something we really hang our hat on. We're proud of what Jack stood for, and he had written a letter to himself the night before his first game, just talking about the impact he needed to have and how he represented not just himself but his race, and it was really a special thing. And so Iowa State University takes a lot of pride in that, and that is one of the unique things that maybe a lot of people don't know about Iowa State's football stadium.
Jack Trice, who went to the same high school as my grandfather, East Tech.
Well, there you go.
Cleveland,
you know
Ohio.
The story. There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go.
How about that? East Tech high school grad, and you share a birthday with Jack Trice.
I do. I had to look at when we were having that conversation the other day with Mitchell Walters. I looked him up a little bit, just was reading about his history, and I noticed he was born the same day as I was. So
May 12th.
There you go.
There you go. That is your Casino del Sol replay for today. Brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and a little golf on the greens. Make a birdie over at Sawilo. All right, before we get out of here today, I want to update you on a few things happening. Last night, Arizona soccer in the rain at Mulcahy Stadium came away with a win.
Now Rory Gaines is tripped, and it is going to be a penalty as Gaines hits the deck. A hard foul in the box. Arizona's going to have a penalty kick. Gaines sets, fires, and it's off the post and in. Arizona takes the 1-0 lead over UCF.
And
I know that guy.
Yeah, it's our guy Brody Dryden on the call, ESPN Plus. That would be the final 1-0 in the rain for Arizona soccer. They get a win, and that's a big win because the Wildcats right now, in terms of their RPI for soccer, it's kind of low. They are not one of the high RPI teams, but UCF was. They came in here, I believe they were 33rd in terms of RPI, if I'm not mistaken. I tweeted it out earlier, so just go look at my tweet because I don't always remember the things that I tweet. But, yeah, they came in here and they had a high RPI, and the Wildcats knocked them off, so that's going to help them for sure. Yeah, they were 31. Their RPI was 31, so getting a win over an RPI 31 team, that's a big win.
I mean,
Arizona.
yeah, they've had some high RPI team. Yeah, RPI is so important, especially when you don't play so many matches. Right?
There are 10 teams, I think, in this conference which with RPIs in the top 60. Arizona is not one of those 10 teams, so it's very important. It's going to be very important for them to win those style of games throughout this Big 12 conference season. All right, Arizona Volleyball is opening up their conference action tonight in Manhattan, Kansas. And let's go to the scoreboard right now. The Wildcats have just won set 3 over the Wildcats. So Arizona is leading 2-1 right now as they head to the fourth set. U of A won the first set 25-19. Kansas State won the second set 25-19. And the Wildcats roll in set 3 25-14. So they will now go to set 4, hoping to close out Kansas State and open Big 12 Conference action with a win there. Tomorrow, Dave Murray Invitational. The Dave Murray Invitational, 7 a.m. tomorrow over at Tucson Country Club. Be sure to get up early and check that out as well. The Lone Cross Country meet at home every year. Volleyball at Kansas on Sunday and soccer at home against Oklahoma State also on Sunday. Also want to let you know what's happening in high school football tonight. Some big games around. I'm going to focus on two for sure. We've got Marana hosting Buena tonight. That'll be up across the mountain. Marana, the number 2 team in terms of max preps here in Southern Arizona at 3-1. Buena is also 3-1. Desert View is off to a great start. They're an undefeated 4-0. They'll be home against Maricopa. Another big game tonight is the rivalry out on the east side. Saguaro versus Sabino. 7 o'clock tonight.
The big one.
Sabino leads that series all-time 33-18. They've won 17 of the last 21 times that they have played Saguaro. However, the Cougars got the win last year by a score of 15-14. That is always a fun game, so check that one out as well. Get out and support some high school football. We've got a couple of games going on here in the CNWT tonight as both Amphi and Flowing Wells are home. The Panthers will host Choya at 7 o'clock. Flowing Wells is also home against Carl Hayden Community School, and that'll be at 7 o'clock as well. CDO is on the road at Ironwood Ridge. Ironwood Ridge has not won yet this season, so they're going to be looking for their first win. Empire is at home against Walden Grove tonight. The Ravens also have not won yet this season. Push Ridge is 5-0 on the year. They're on the road at Thatcher. South Point Catholic is back up in Phoenix at AOLA Queen Creek tonight. Just a few of the games. Tucson High on the road at Vista Grande. Douglas hosting Rincon tonight. Mountain View will be at home against Cienega. Both those teams are 2-2. Pueblo, beautiful new field over at Pueblo. Go check that out. Turf Field, they're 1-3 hosting Catalina Foothills tonight. Those are just a few of the games. Santa Rita also home tonight against Tanca Verde. Get out and support high school football.
All my local relatives went to Saguaro.
There you go.
All of them.
Did they talk about the big rivalry?
Well, they won.
Sabino?
They were both girls, and they won a state championship in basketball.
Okay.
But it was nothing but Sabino Saguaro talk all the time.
Nice.
The whole neighborhood. That's all they talked about.
All right, don't forget, we will be back with you tomorrow morning at 11:30, Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. Calvin Efon will be here, Glenn Howell, J.W. Madden, myself will get you ready for the Wildcats at Iowa State, a whiteout in Ames, Iowa. I'd like to thank John Walters for joining us on the show today, the voice of the Iowa State Cyclones, as well as we thank you for listening. For J.W. Madden, for Cricket, for Dragon Ball, my name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great Friday night, everybody.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We have an incident with property damage at West Valencia Road and South Westover Avenue. This is just east of Cardinal, so a lot of slowing on Valencia, and a light malfunction over at South Harrison Road and East Irvington Road's three-way intersection. Meanwhile, for your weather right now, currently sitting at about 78 degrees, but we'll continue to go ahead and get cooled down now, dropping all the way to 72 degrees at 9 p.m. I'm Dragon Ball with you, Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by the Harlem Globetrotters. This isn't just a game. It's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Come be a part of a legacy that never stops. Be there when history is made. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com.
AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall is your premier automotive destination in town. Explore the new 2025 Honda models and extensive collection of pre-owned vehicles. Experience no-hassle financing and our no-haggle one-price selection. Visit AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall today.
I thought learning a language would be too much work, but Babbel makes learning fun. J'aime Babbel.
Babbel's lessons only take 10 or 15 minutes, and soon you turn and realize, hey, I'm starting to speak another language. How'd that happen?
Babbel isn't robots talking. You learn words and phrases from real native speakers. I was ready for real-life conversations in just a few weeks. So easy.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Oh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the Neighborly Done Right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed.
much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing, a neighborly company.
Tucson. Why do drivers choose Oral Ford? Because nothing beats the Oral Ford Advantage. Here's how it works. Lowest tax rate in Arizona. No tricky dealer add-ons. The largest new Ford inventory in Tucson. And no gimmicks. When I say $6K off MSRP on Broncos, that means all Broncos, not just select models. I will meet or beat any out-the-door price or pay you $500 in cash. I'm Alex Medina, and I'm fired up to bring you the Oral Ford Advantage. Drive a little, save a lot at Oral Ford.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale is on with limited quantity deals on top tech. Save on select PCs powered by the latest 12th gen Intel Core processors like thin and light XPS 13 laptops, Inspiron laptops, and 2-in-1s. Plus, get savings on select accessories, free shipping, and monthly payment options with Dell Preferred Account. Save today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Tomorrow night, live on NBC and Peacock, the Oregon Ducks. Spectacular! Take on the Penn State Nittany Lions. With a massive play. It's the Whiteout in Happy Valley, under the lights in prime time. This house is rocking. Don't miss Big Ten Saturday night, tomorrow 7 Eastern, live on NBC and Peacock. Here comes Saturday night.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. If you're a renter, make sure you're protected. Renter's insurance includes options that cover stolen property, personal injury, and living expenses if your place is damaged. Quote renter's insurance at progressive.com.
So hot. I can help you. Good afternoon. We're with Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team. But I didn't call yet.
That's how fast we are, man.
Just as I thought. This AC is out.
No, we're not gonna lose it. Come on. Come on. Don't you die on me.
Johnson, get a hold of yourself. Sorry, we take this very seriously.
Wow, you fellas are good.
It's not just a name, ma'am.
It's who we are kind of thing.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
You're listening to the JR Sport Brief.
It is the JR Sport Brief show on the Infinity Sports Network. I'm coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. I'm in Atlanta. Thank you to our producer in New York City, Ryan Botcher. Wherever you are, thank you for listening. Happy Friday to you. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope you're having a great start to the weekend. I'll be hanging out with you for one more hour. I get started every weekday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. We've had a fun show. Thank you so much to Jerry Palm for coming through to talk some college football tomorrow. Got Ohio State, Washington, got Penn State, Oregon. We got Alabama and the Bulldogs. We got a lot to look forward to. We talk some NFL action. Got the Pittsburgh Steelers in Ireland. We just talked some international games, more coming to Brazil. We talked about the Chiefs and the Ravens. There's a lot of football going on. We got Dak Prescott welcoming back Micah Parsons. I know the fans are going to welcome him back. I wonder if he'll be booed when he hits Dak. Probably. And we got more to get into. Of course, at the end of the show, we'll talk about a few things that took place this day in sports history. We talked about LeBron James, Lakers management, Rob Pelinka, talking about how, we want LeBron to finish his career here, even if we didn't offer him a contract extension. I like how they're just putting it in LeBron's lap, like he can offer himself a deal. Anyway, we got a lot to do as we continue on. You want to be a part of the show, you can. Here's the phone number. We have paid our bills. The phone lines work. 888-710-4ISN. That's 888-710-4ISN. Got the Ravens and the Chiefs coming up. This is going to be an interesting week. Jackson Dart going to make his debut as the starting quarterback for the Giants. There's a lot to do. You can always listen on the free Odyssey app, your local affiliate, SiriusXM 375, a smart speaker if you have one, and you can find me online at JR Sport Brief. You know what? We've gone through a lot. I just shared a lot. Let's get to some of the news stories, okay? There's a couple things that came down the pipe today. If you are a fan of the San Francisco 49ers, congratulations. No more Mac Jones. Well, he's also on the injury report. Brock Purdy is coming back. Yeah, Brock Purdy is going to be in action against the Jacksonville Jaguars. After missing a game with that busted up shoulder, I think the toe was a little bit more of an issue. We're going to see Brock Purdy back on a football field trying to earn his money. He'll be at home, and good for him. Kyle Shanahan said, look, this guy works hard. He plays hard. I'm not surprised that he is already back.
Not really. I mean, that was what we were hoping for. We knew it could go either way, but the fact that we even considered him to be an emergency guy last week, just talking to him on Monday and Tuesday, and it wasn't full on Wednesday or Thursday, but you could tell it was going that direction. And as long as he woke up today feeling good, we kind of expected it.
You kind of expected it. Yeah, Kyle Shanahan has aged 50 years in just...